Then just because, like, Khalif, people don't know Khalif, just one of the most inspirational players you could, just people.
Yes, sir.
Skip the basketball, just people. So just having that in your ear, bro, what did that do for you? Because I could see that, bro. We the dogs when we come on. Speak on Khalif one
Man,
bro.
Khalif was one of the most level-headed. I call him a superstar. To be honest with you. When growing up, Khalif was the best point guard I saw.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Yeah.
How he played the game. He was a shooter. But also how he defended. He get up under you.
Mm-hmm.
What Khalif really taught me was in moments how to stay calm.
All right, man. So we here, back at it again, man. We try to put in work this week, man. And it just seemed like Rufus King getting all the love, man. If you know from, I graduated in 09, but for me, 03 to 09, King was one of them teams in the city, man. So just having y'all down here is such a blessing because y'all was a team I looked up to. Like I had family that went to King, my sister, my cousin. So like, just y'all mean something special. So to have you down here, had Pre down here yesterday, and now we got the man down here, Khalif El-Amin, man. I appreciate you pulling up,
man. For sure, appreciate you having me, man. I'm excited for this one.
And as like I like to do with all the guests, man, I gotta read the resume, man. Gotta do you right, read the resume, and bro, stop me if anything is wrong, or stop me if you want to add something to it. So Milwaukee Swish, DTA alum,
facts.
Class of 2004 at Rufus King, 2-time state champion, team captain your senior year, city conference student athlete award. That's dope. Like we're gonna get into that too. 3-point shooting champion at the Beach Ball Classic.
Oh yeah,
man. Pre talked about that yesterday. And now we go to, you went to UW Stevens Point, hard, and we gonna talk about the WEAC.
Yeah,
WEAC was tough, so we gonna get that love too. My man cleared it up in terms of his red shirt year, so that was dope. 2008 WEAC sportsmanship team, all sportsmanship team. He was 10th in the nation with your assist to turnover ratio, hard. You led the WEAC in assists your junior year, that's hard. And then just crazy assist to turnover ratio. Like we gonna get into that too in terms of just your game, bro. And then you end up transitioning into coaching. But before that, I want to bring up the Tulsa Men's League. Where did y'all play that at? Where was that?
Was that Whitman? I think it was
one of them. Whatever on off 70s, off 70. Whatever one is on 76 and North.
Longfellow.
Okay, man. So these dudes been cheating, man. They done won every year. How many years y'all win?
Man, we had a dynasty, bro. We won it at least 6. At least 6.
Did they kick y'all out? Cause y'all just,
no, we rolled into the sunset.
That's where me and him was able to, link and I played with him, and it was just like talk about Warriors, man. Unfair. But like dominated in that league and then transitioned into coaching. And then you did stints you was at King for a little bit.
I bounced around a little bit.
Yeah. Then went to Dominican.
Yep.
Then went to Waukesha North.
Yep.
Then after North, did you stop or you went?
Then after North, I went to Dominican.
You went back to Dominican?
No. So I started at King.
Okay.
Homestead, Waukesha North, and then Dominican.
Okay.
And then finished up at Nicolay.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah. Well, really, let me say 3-time state championship. Then, if you want to be technical,
5.
Well, 5. Let me correct it, man. Let me
so I got
right.
two. I'm two as a player.
2 as a player.
3 as a coach.
Come on, man. Come on, man. It's something about these King guys, man, and winning, bro. So that was dope. But just in terms of your professional accolades, man, you was the co-founder of Yes, Young Enterprising Society. We definitely gonna hit on that, and I just want you to just talk about that and just speak about that for the city. And then assistant to the CEO at New Horizon Center Incorporated. And then I want this man to talk about his podcast, man, Leaf Legends, the Leaf with the Legends pod on YouTube, and it's on something else too, right? Do you
so anywhere where you get your
okay.
I mean, you can audio, Spotify,
man,
Apple Podcasts,
man, you gonna have, plug the people and let them know what you got going on in there. And then my man is a father and a brother. You just got your one older brother, right?
No, actually I got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
2 brothers
so
and 2 sisters.
2 older sisters, an older brother and a younger brother.
Okay, where do you fall in line?
Right
in the middle, man. Yeah. But I want to tap in just with the work you've been doing with your older brother.
Oh, for sure.
And well, yes, man. So just a solid guy, good guy, motivating guy, inspiring guy, man. I appreciate you pulling up. What I like to do is start from the beginning, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So take us back to the beginning, man. We know you from the city, but whereabouts, sir?
Man, so north and south side, really.
Yeah.
So my parents, they divorced when I was 6.
Okay.
So we had a house on like right by Northridge, like 86 and Brown Deer.
Man, you
so
saying some names
now.
Yeah.
Throwing it back.
Yeah.
So I grew up, going to Northridge, the food court, the movie theater,
for sure,
all that. But then when they divorced, Pops kept the house. Then Mom's ended up moving down by like Marquette High School.
Okay.
And then Pop sold that house, and then he moved out to Franklin.
Okay.
But everything I did was still in Milwaukee. You know what I mean? Like I still went to school in Milwaukee. Played ball in Milwaukee. Like Pop's jobs was in Milwaukee. Like, everything. So basically all I did was like sleep in Franklin. But everything was in Milwaukee. And just grew up. Just loving basketball. Right away. You know what I mean? Like even when we were still out in Brown Deer. Like we had a slab in the back, my guys around the neighborhood, coming.
So you was the spot then.
Oh yeah, we had the hot spot. We had the hot spot. Yeah. So and I didn't really hang around people my age. Like you mentioned my older brother. Like I was always playing against him, playing against his guys. You know what I mean? Like so I've always been kind of like that competitor and kind of had that edge because it's like when you young and you hooping. So you want to stay on the floor,
for sure,
or stay on the court, especially if you play on the playground or outside. Like you lose, you might not see it, you might not see the court no more. So, just growing up, in the city, mainly on the north side, grandma stayed on 6th or stays on 6th in Garfield. So,
okay.
Like I said, everything was in the in north side heavy, but I laid my head down in Franklin.
Oh, so you was everywhere then, bro.
Yeah.
Now in terms of just your inspiration for basketball, was your brother the one who put the ball in your hands, or you just naturally just took to it, or was you doing other stuff?
I think naturally. I mean, obviously I saw him, but my pops told me like I was sitting in his lap as a youngin. Remember the little suction hoops, put them on like the refrigerator or whatever. So like he said, I was just in his lap with the suction hoop, and just shooting the ball like it's 2-3 years old. So ever since I can remember, like I've always just had a love for basketball, and like it's just always been a huge part of my life. Regardless of what was going on, whether I was divorced with with my parents or as I getting older, relationships or professional, like still to this day, like I could just go to the gym and just zone out whenever I'm in between the lines. You know what I mean? It's just me, the ball, and the rim.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing with the game,
for sure.
So in terms of your elementary school, was you going to Franklin or was you in the city?
Yeah, so I was in the city. So actually I grew up, I started school when I was 3. So I went to a private school, and I went to that private school K through 8th grade. And then when I got to 8th grade, I was on track to graduate when I was 16. But as I started playing ball, I'm like,
you ain't want.
I get you. And I was always shorter. You know what I mean? It ain't like I grew and then stopped growing. Like I was always significantly shorter than the rest of my peers. So me and Pops had a conversation, and we were like, well, we can hold you back through 8th grade again. So I ended up doing 8th grade twice. So I did K through 8.
Hold on. Bro, speak on that. So I'm guessing you was academically
I was there,
level.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
so just speak on having to do that twice, because you didn't need it academically.
No.
So just speak on that, man, having to do 8th grade twice, man.
So I guess the beauty of it was that I had gone to a smaller private school before. So like, and I always played my age, not my grade.
Okay.
So it didn't really,
it
didn't really make that big of a difference.
Yeah.
But so like my 8th grade year, I ended up going to Fritchie Middle School.
Okay. Yeah.
So like my aunt was a gym teacher there.
Okay.
So she was able to give me. I wanted to go to Morse.
Okay.
I wanted to go to Morris, because Goody and all them, they was over there. Miles, they was all over there. So, but Morris thought that I was failing. They thought I failed 8th grade. So, Morris was a high academic school. They like, no, we ain't have you do 8th grade twice. But my aunt was a gym teacher over at Fritchie, so she was able to make some things happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went to Fritchie, and then kind of rest is history.
Yeah. Was it just easy for you? Like, man, I'm doing this work 2 times in a row, man. Was it?
No, it wasn't easy, because like, and no knock to the private school that I went to, but like, they prepared me in a different type of way. You know what I mean? But like, I still had to like go. I still had to put the work in.
Yeah, for sure.
But
for sure.
Going from a very small school to having 30 kids in the classroom, you know what I mean? It's like, it was a bit of a transition, but I still took care of my grades. Like, I've always been a smart dude. You know what I mean? So like,
for sure.
It's funny. I won't say it's funny. Not looking back on it, I had a 4.0 every semester except for my first one. I got 3.875 or whatever, and the class I got a B in was gym.
Okay, pause.
and my aunt was a gym teacher.
She probably did it on purpose, man. What she give you the beat
she wasn't my gym teacher, but she was a gym teacher.
Okay.
So I went on a field trip.
Yeah.
And my aunt kept telling me, like, because she would, after school, some days she would take me to my grandma's house.
Yeah.
While I wait on my pops. So she was telling me, like, no, you got Miss Edgar telling you got to make up this. I think I had to do, like, it was one of the track events, like 400 or mile or something.
Yeah.
But I was actually out on a gym field trip. So I'm like, why I got to make it up if I'm already out? Like, and she was like, Miss Edgar said you got to make this up. You got to make this up. Mm-hmm. And I'm just brushing it off. You know what I mean? Like, we good. We good. Report cards came out.
She petty, bro. Well, really, she not, but
I mean, I'm like, she told me, she warned me. You know, it's like, it is what it is. Like, she could have gave me the A.
Right,
right. But it is what it is. So, but yeah, no, it was all good though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in terms of middle school, when did you get into AAU? The Swiss was your first team, right? Yeah. How did that come about?
Man, so they had like a huge like tryout, I guess you could say. It was at I forget the name of the school, but it's right there on like 35th and right off of Lisbon. But anyway, like it was plenty of people there. I mean, like all age groups. It was like me, Miles, Goody, Jerry, like just like you name it. Like it was Dupree, Dixon, like all them dudes was there, and they kind of handpicked, you know, some of the guys that was there, and then you know we started playing. We started it was actually PAL Swish, so Police Athletic League. So we started PAL Swish, and it was like me, Goody, Dixon, Rob Perry.
Man, shout out to Rob.
Man, Big Nasty. Shout out Perry.
Speak on Rob, because that's my cousin. We got Rob coming in. We got some stuff going on. Speak on Rob one time.
Man, Big Perry. Yeah. And he was the biggest dude on our team, but he was actually the youngest. Like he was younger than me, and I was even younger. You know what I mean? But like Perry was just always just big, and like he used to be kind of now he aggressive, or like back in college and high school he was, but like when we first got him, like he wasn't as tough as we wanted him to be. You know what I mean? But like he got it though, like quick. Like it only took him like one summer, and he was on that. So like I mean, still to this day when I see him, you know, depending on who around, nasty, what's good, nasty, you know. But Perry, no, one of my all-time favorite teammates. Just a solid dude. You know, we competed you know in the WIAC, you know, when he was he was at Whitewater. You know, he was a beast up there. I'm glad I wasn't 6'4", 6'5", and had to guard him because he was a handful on that block.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, bro, Perry was great dude, man. I've been fortunate to have a lot of great teammates. You know what I mean? Like just those guys that I named with that Swish team. You know, Goody, Dixon, Perry. Then we end up getting Rob Hanley and Dan Byer from Waukesha. Matt Johnson, he was the coach. You know, he was Coach Johnson's son. I know Al, my best friend. I can't leave off Al. But you know, we just had a whip.
Yeah.
Justin Brown,
that's Bart. Names
shout
over
out to Justin.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we and the coaching was there. You know, and like they taught us how to compete, and they taught us how to be winners.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that really stuck out to this day. You know, with me, it's like now I'm coaching. You know, my son's 5th grade team, and like I'm teaching them how to compete.
Yeah.
Teaching them like. Now we gonna have fun, but we gonna have fun playing the game the right way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
And the fun part comes when you smacking a team by 20. If you smack them by 20, smack them by 30.
Right.
You smack them by the domination part.
Yeah.
So like, you know, we had that from an early age. Like our practices just always been tough. You know what I mean? You got to think about it. I was going up against Goody, Dixon.
Yeah. Killers, bro.
From 10 years old, year round though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's year round AAU, then high school, then AAU, then like, so you don't got no choice but to bring it.
Yeah. And bro, like I feel like the Swish team, in terms of like my age and younger, don't get the love it deserved. Just cause like I don't know, man, you just don't hear Swish come up like it should. Cause bro, you just named some names, man. Bro.
And we had a dynasty.
Yeah, man. Like I done heard stories about y'all. So you playing with Swish. And was this 8th grade year?
No, I started playing with Swish. This would have been fourth or 5th grade.
You was with them.
Yeah, no, we started 10U, but we was playing up 11U.
Okay.
Yeah, so like we started, and this back when like AAU was AAU. You know what I mean? It was only really like 4 or 5 solid programs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I remember we would always meet the Rebels in like championships or whatever.
Yeah.
And we used to play against Boo.
Bouet,
and then Tyson was playing up too. So like they used to get us that first year. They used to get us, but then you know once we actually would play our age, it was a wrap. So we won. You know back when you know you had to qualify to go to nationals, and like that was a big deal. Like we won state 11, 12, 13, 14. I think we lost 15, then we won in 16, 17.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
And then, but like that I think it was 14U. That's when we transitioned to DTA.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I want to speak on your game. Then we'll talk about how you transitioned and got to King. But just everybody know you as a shooter, somebody who run the show defensively and get up into you. So what things happened to develop your game in terms of your shot, your defense, being able to run a team, bro? How did you get that?
Not growing.
Okay, that's real. That's real.
Being shorter than everybody. You know, from an early age, I'm like, all right, like it ain't like I said earlier. It ain't like I grew and I was taller than everybody and then just stopped growing. Like I just progressively was shorter than everybody. So I'm like, all right, like I got to do something really, really well. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I got to work twice as hard as the 6'5" dude. You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. Or even the 6 foot dude.
For
like,
sure.
It just was what it was. But I always had a high IQ. And that competitiveness was always in me. I just didn't back down, man. I just always had a chip on my shoulder. Like no matter what it was. Like I hated losing more than I loved winning, and still to this day. I hate I don't care what I'm doing. Like you know what I mean? Like we playing spades. I'm playing horse against my son in the gym. Like it don't matter. Like I hate losing. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna compete. And you know, just growing up, I had a real, I would say, good ability to like pick out pieces of different people's games. You know what I mean? So like I would take, you know, say for instance, like the shiftiness of like a Jose Winston, you know what I mean, or like the dog of a Zarif El-Amin, you know what I mean? It's like those older guards, and then obviously the NBA players, but like really like going to parks and AAU and like watching how players play. So yeah, I mean, I just knew that I had to outwork people, I had to outsmart people, and I had to do something really, really great.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, in terms of that when you had to do the 8th grade twice, did you play that second year of 8th grade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you was playing, and everything was smooth. Now, speak on the King decision and how you made, because it makes, I mean, you got the guys with you, all them dudes, a lot of them dudes went to King. Yeah. So how did you come to that decision?
I was supposed to be going to Dominican.
Okay, speak on it.
Yeah, so my brother,
D-House some love, man.
Yeah. So my brother was already at Dominican. Okay. So he graduated in 01.
Okay.
So my freshman year would have been his senior year.
Yeah.
And you remember like they had a whip over there before a lot of them dudes transferred.
Yeah.
So you had like Scoot was over there. You had Latrell Fleming over there. Melvin White was over there. Marcus Johnson was over there. Like you had like some dogs, like Andrew Harmon, like killers. So like it was like I had shadowed my brother, like went there, took the placement test, like I was in. I was there.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, I had a good relationship with Wallerstein because we actually we practiced at Dominican.
Okay.
Because Coach Johnson went to Dominican, so he had that relationship. So Coach Wallerstein would like pop into our practices or whatever. So I had a good relationship there. Like I said, I was there.
Yeah.
That was the goal. Dominican.
Yeah.
And then it was one AAU tournament, and I was balling. I did my thing, and guys happened to be there.
Okay, I'm gonna pause you because that's not the first time I heard guys kind of see. Because Troy told the same story. Yeah. Troy said he was slated to go to Marshall. And then guys seen him somewhere, gave him the speech, and then they like, you know what?
Yeah.
So was it a similar situation that
Man, guys can sell water to a well.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Like he's that type. You know, and he ain't gonna BS you.
Yeah.
She gonna shoot it straight.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know King. Like I knew King's pedigree. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I was balling this tournament, and he just so happened to he was sitting here, Coach Goodwin was sitting here, and then my dad was sitting here.
Yeah.
So this is a story that they told me, my dad told me. So you know, I'm balling. He's like, who's number 11? Like, what's his story? Where's he going?
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, that's Khalif. You know, blah blah blah. He's going to Dominican. He's like, no, he's not. He was like, actually, this is dad right here. Coach Goodwin was like, this is dad right here. Started talking, and I knew Pre and Goody was going there. Dixon was still kind of on the fence, and then I started talking to guys.
Yeah.
Went to a practice, then I actually went to a game, rode the bus and went to the game when they played North.
Okay.
And I saw how he coached, how the players interacted, you know what I mean? I was able to be in the locker room or whatever. And this may sound kind of weird, kind of sick about me, but like seeing how he coached and how he like how passionate he was and like how he cursed, like how he like you know what I mean? I was like, I kind of like that, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of want that type of coaching, you know what I mean? And because they was actually losing the North at halftime, and he came in the locker room and he snapped, like he went completely off, and they responded.
Yeah,
players responded, came back, won by like 15, 20 or whatever. So I'm like, all right, I could see myself playing for a coach like this, you know what I mean? Like who's really gonna have me running through that wall. You know what I mean? Like, he may use some choice language, but at the end of the day, I know that it's all good. Like, he just want the best. You know, he's trying to get the best out of me.
Yeah.
So went to the game. Went, you know, I think they still do, but at the time, King had a placement test as well. Yeah. So I took the placement test, got in, and man.
The rest is history. Okay. Did you ever have a conversation with Wally like, hey man, I was gonna come here, but I think I'm going to King?
That's a good question, bro. Now that I think about it, I'm sure Pops did.
Probably is.
I'm sure Pops.
And you young at that time, you shouldn't have to call him. Hey man,
I mean, given the climate of like today's world, maybe. But like back then, like I'm pretty sure Pop.
Yeah, and you 14, man. That shouldn't be on you to have to like, because ultimately it's his say.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Facts. So freshman year, man, we at King, man. What's the expectations, man?
Man, they had a whip. Yeah. They had a whip, so I just wanted to compete.
Yeah.
I just wanted to compete. You know, I knew what they had, the guards that were in my class that was coming in.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I just want to play. Like I just want to play. Whether that's freshman JV, maybe practice varsity, maybe I just want to compete. Like earn my keep. So I actually played. I played freshman JV my freshman year.
Okay.
And it was cool. It was cool. You know, I got the reps. You know, I got to compete. And it like the freshman game, some of the freshman games were blowouts, but like freshman was even, you know, kind of a little challenging. But then JV, you know, a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then, you know, a couple practices I practiced with with the varsity. So it was cool, you know, and I liked it that way because I still got to have fun with my guys. You know, the other guys who was in class of 04, like still got to play. It wasn't like I was just on varsity just to say I was on varsity.
Yeah,
you know
for sure,
I mean?
for sure.
So that was cool. But I just you know ran my race, took it step by step, and you know freshman year it was what it was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like I don't have no regrets. Like I look back on it, I'm like, oh yeah, I had a solid freshman year. You know what I mean? For coming into high school, I was 4'8" or something like that.
That's crazy, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like I said, I knew what I did really well. I had a high IQ. I was tough as nails, like, and I could shoot the leather off the ball.
Yeah.
So like those types of things, they gon' one of those things gonna keep you on the floor.
Yeah, for sure. What was the difference between middle school and then making that high school jump in terms of the game, bro? For you,
the speed and the physicality.
Yeah.
You know, like middle school was what it was.
Yeah.
But like high school is like, all right, like these grown men. You know what I mean? Like even on JV, like you know, you had some juniors on JV, and them dudes was kind of brawling. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, you gotta learn, you know, adjust how to get through screens. You know what I mean? Like really, like I said, just really like thinking the game. Really, you know what I mean? I think when I got to high school, the game started to slow down a little bit for me, you know what I mean? Because I was able to figure out angles, you know, whether that's on offense and defense, you know what I mean? And just figuring out tendencies and just being more of a student of the game. But yeah, for sure the speed and the physicality.
So what was the biggest things you took from your freshman year in terms of, okay, it went this way, I got to get better at this, I got to get better at this. What was some of them things?
I just knew I had to get stronger.
Yeah.
I had to get stronger. You know, I in the city, like we ain't have, you know, strength and conditioning coaches, we ain't have trainers, we ain't had nothing like that. So I knew that, you know, as I started, you know, maturing, you know, physically, like I had to like really like focus in and like whether that's push ups, sit ups, you know, I Pops had bought me like the little weighted vest or whatever. I had the ankle weights, all type of, you know, the strength shoes.
Yeah, the shoe.
You know what I mean? So you know, it was just all those things, you know, just to try to gain an extra advantage. You know what I mean? Because the skill was there. You know, obviously I still worked on my game, but the skill, the natural, you know, kind of God-given talent was there. But like, still wanted to sharpen those skills. But then physically, I knew that I needed to get stronger faster.
Okay, so now have a solid freshman year. Now it's the summer from freshman going into sophomore year. You was still with Swish?
Well, that's when we started the transition from Swish to DTA.
And what was the reasoning for that?
Greed. Adults. Forgetting the real reason, you know, like why they're doing what they're doing. I mean we had it, like we had, like I said, we had the dynasty already set. Like we were four years in of like just kicking ass. Like it was almost a 2 year stretch where we didn't lose in the state. And we playing some tournament. We ain't ducking no smoke. And it's like we had like everything was lined up, but people wanted to, I won't say attached to the kids, but it's like they forgot why AAU is what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, we the vast majority of that Swish team, I would say probably like 5 or 6 of us.
Yeah.
I think it was me, Pre, Dixon, Justin Brown, and maybe one other player. We bounced. And then that's when DTA was getting up and rolling.
Yeah.
And then
If you could redo that, would you have?
I'll still do it.
Okay.
I would still do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I would still do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, DTA back in the day, that was it.
That was the team.
That was the team, bro. You got the fresh Adidas jumpsuits.
Yeah.
You got the shiny pro models.
Yeah.
You got all the hats, the headbands, the socks. Like you decked out.
Man, that's currency back in the day, bro.
What?
Having all that.
And it's like everybody knew it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, back then, AAU was on a higher pedestal. You know what I mean? Now it's watered down.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But like back then, it was like, oh, you play AAU? Oh, you here?
Yeah.
Oh, you play for DTA?
No,
you here? You know what I mean? Like you,
for sure.
So like you was stamped. You was valid.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I mean looking back on it, it was the right choice, right decision.
Sure. Did Swish have a sponsor at all in terms of like?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Swish did not have a sponsor. But I got to shout out Coach Johnson, Coach Nicky Johnson. Man, he, without the sponsorship, like he had us looking like we were sponsored. I mean, from 10U, we had snatch offs, we had shooting shirts with our name on the back. We went to all the top tournaments. Like he taught us the right way. Yeah. He taught us the game right way. So and still to this day, I ran into him about 2 months ago, and like he still, give you that big smile. Hey, what's up? Cool as a fan. What's up, Lee? So like, it's all love. It's all love. But no. At the time, Swish did not have a shoe sponsor.
Okay, so speak on, bro. Y'all make the transition. You playing with DTA now. That summer, how did it go?
Man, it was cracking.
Yeah,
it was cracking. I'm still with my guys. We added in a couple more pieces. But yeah, we rocking and rolling. We didn't really skip a beat because we still had
y'all
that
still had
core.
the core. Yeah, still had the core.
So yeah, we didn't skip a beat. But then we added in a couple other guys. Mike Bendel from Oconomowoc, Michael Flowers from
shout out.
Yeah. So and then we still had Rob Hanley and Big Buyer from Catholic Memorial too. So I mean, we had a solid group. You know what I mean? A couple pieces. You know how AAU is. Yeah. A couple pieces here and there. But yeah, no, we was rolling.
Okay. Yeah. So y'all rolling that summer. You made the transition, but it worked out for you.
Yeah.
Now, bro, speak on sophomore year.
Yeah.
Sophomore year, rolling in the King. Got the DTA experience from the summer, bro. What's the expectation for you?
The confidence went higher. For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just in practice, playing, competing against these guys, holding my own, sometimes getting or more times than not getting the better, the better of my matchup. But just that competition day in and day out, like just kept building that dog in me. You know what I mean? Like you going up against Pre every day.
Yeah.
Like
you bound to get better, bro.
You ain't got no choice.
Yeah.
Cause he gonna talk shit. He gonna hack you.
Yeah.
He gonna ball. Like he just gonna kill.
Yeah.
Like he don't like, and that's the part that like I got kind of later.
Yeah.
I would say probably around that time, maybe a little bit earlier, but probably like 12, 13 ish. And like I'm like, oh, he coming for your heart, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, all right. Yeah. I got to come for his heart. I got to come for his heart. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, no, the confidence was through the roof. I actually, looking at our team, because we had graduated, I think we graduated like from my freshman year, graduated probably like 4 or 5 seniors, maybe. So I'm like, okay, I might can slide in there, but I'm still looking. We still had all the guys from my class, Pre, Dixon, Goody, and then you still had Jahi and BT, and you had a lot. Like we was super guard heavy. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, like I'll play JV. Like, I'm cool. You know what I mean?
And you still gonna be bouncing.
Still gonna be bouncing. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. So first day of tryouts come, and it was like, JV. I think JV practiced right after school, and then no, I'm sorry, varsity practiced right after school. JV was practicing at 5:30. So I go in the stands, waiting. So guys look up at the stand, like, he had that thick accent. Khalif, get your effing out down here. I'm like,
what you mean?
What you mean? I thought no, you're practicing with varsity. Are you trying out for varsity? I'm like, oh, all right, bet. Yeah. So, sophomore year, I played. I practiced every day with varsity, but then I played half and half.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then some game, depending on who we was playing, I played. One quarter.
Yeah.
At the time it was quarters.
Yeah.
So I think you got like the quarter rule or whatever.
Yeah.
And I split depending on what it was. Like when we played Vincent my sophomore year, like I played like all 4 quarters for JV because they had a whip too. You know what I mean? Sure. Lil Billy.
Yeah.
Q Barge, Vaughn, Nick Pope, Marcus Landry, they all was on JV at the time.
That's crazy to hear. I get it.
But then, just being in there, being battle tested day in and day out in practice, it was cool. And then sophomore year, we only had one senior, Chris Red.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So come junior year, we like, all right, we kind of rolled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sophomore year, we ended up losing at the Clutchy to Tulsa East.
Okay, yeah, pre-spoke on it, man. Like, it's something about them dudes, man. Y'all just,
Yeah.
But the year ends, and you sound like you had a solid sophomore year. You starting to flirt with varsity. You going from JV to varsity.
Yeah.
Now that summer, you get back with the game. Yeah. Back with DTA, man. Speak on that.
Man, we rolling again.
Yeah.
We rolling again.
Yeah.
We going to these tournaments. We kicking ass and taking names. You know, and it was fun too. You know what I mean?
That's all that mattered, bro.
You know what I mean? You know how them road trips be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's really where you get them that bonding.
Yeah.
You get them lifelong relationships and stories where still to this day, like I saw. Justin Brown, we call him Bart.
Yeah.
And I saw Bart yesterday.
Yeah.
And we still talking about things that happened when we was, 14, 15 years old, on the road when we was, down in Kentucky. You know what I mean? And like Al, my best friend, like
shout out to Al, man.
Great dude. Shout out to
Al.
We
gonna figure something out with bro. Like shout out to Al.
Yeah, and that's where we met, and like still to this day, like he my kid's, godfather, so
dope.
But it's just those types of things, and like the games, like I can't really remember like specific things within the game, but it's like it's all those. But it's the other memories, you know what I mean? Being on the planes, being on the buses, you know what I mean? Going to different restaurants, interacting, meeting certain people, you know what I mean? Those are things that really stand out. Cause I mean, hoop is hoop, but it's all the other things that come. With hoop.
For sure.
Yeah.
So now we're going to speak on junior year.
Yeah.
And that's when I say king in terms of the city and just the team in general on a different level, bro.
We
on a different level. Now speak on that experience of junior. Now you full varsity. Full varsity, man. Speak on your experience, bro.
Yeah. No, like I said, we only lost, one senior.
Yeah.
So I'll take it back a little bit. So when we lost to Tulsa East in the locker room, Coach Jackson, shout out to Coach Jackson, man. He he had everybody like literally like spit on the floor. He was like he had a real like Coach Jackson had a raspy voice.
Yeah.
So he was like, y'all taste this, you taste this. He was like, spit that taste out. He was like he was like you're never gonna. He was like, y'all don't want y'all to ever taste that anymore.
Yeah.
And like everybody literally like we looked at him like what's to speak like he did it like.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, so then moving forward, junior year, we locked in.
Yeah.
We locked in. We like Pre was, I'd already been on a varsity player for 2 years at the time.
Yeah.
Jahidem had been a varsity player for three years. Him and Justin Willingham. Goody was, battle tested. I was battle tested. Like, we was rolling. Then we had, that freshman class come in, and it was just, I'm like you see all them guys come in, bro. Like,
bro.
You know what I mean? And I knew that I had to step my game up because them wasn't no
some killers, bro. I got a question for you later on too about that too. But.
Troy Cotton, Laniel, Louis, Eric O'Neal, like Big Mitch, like that's a starting five right there.
Legit, yeah.
Legit. Like if they go anywhere, like you said, they was gonna go to Marshall, they damn near starting.
Yeah.
Like as freshmen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just made me, just tighten up.
Yeah.
And like leading up to it, knowing what was coming in, because obviously, they was DTA too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing them. They balling too.
Yeah.
We going to a lot of the same tournaments.
Yeah.
They killing.
Yeah.
They killing. So I'm like, oh yeah. I gotta stay in the gym. So leading up to my junior year, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
I'm locked in. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Like, and Guys was a real big T-shirt guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like he'll always like have these T-shirts printed up. Like one of them said like, no excuses, no regrets.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that always stuck out to me, it had like Rufus King basketball on the front, and on the back it had like a huge font, know your role.
That's real.
And he gave, like, as soon as tryouts was done, he gave them out to everybody. And like that just stuck with me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Like I asked him like, what's my role?
Yeah.
And he was like, I need you to be a leader. I need you to run the show. I need you to always, make the right decision, make the right play. He was like, and when you got your shot, he was like, let it fly.
Shoot them.
Let it fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, I can do that.
Yeah.
So throughout practice, leading up to our first game, the day before the first game, he named captains or whatever. And as a junior.
So he was a 2-year captain.
Oh, 2-year captain at King. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So like as a junior, first year on varsity, full varsity, like, and it wasn't just. I mean, obviously he had the last say.
Yeah.
But the player, like my brothers, they saw how hard I was working and like how accountable I held myself and them, and they voted me as one of the team captains.
Man, that's dope.
Yeah.
And bro, I'll tell you the story. The first time I seen you, like that 03 team. So my cousin went to King, Wesley Hoes. He played JV.
Yep.
So we stayed for the varsity game, and I'm like, damn, these dudes is on another level, bro. And then Jamel Jackson Wilson stood out. I'm like, bro, he don't look like he's supposed to be out there. But the team was just, bro, 1 through 5 was just like unreal, and the cats off the bench. So just seeing y'all team was just like, man, who can beat them at the end of the day? So I went to the South game. Then I went to that sectional game. Y'all beat Washington, I think, to go to state. It was either to go to state or the game to get to the game to go to state. Yeah. It was at Bay. It was at Whitefish Bay.
Yeah. That was junior year. I'm trying to think who that would have been. I can't.
I think I'm pretty sure it was Washington. I think Avery Smith was on the other side.
Oh yeah.
So I watched y'all, and I'm like, just man, like these dudes was on another level. So just speak on like that season. And then how y'all made the transition to go to state and end up, winning. So just speak on all that.
So Guys was a mastermind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like for him to be able to first off acknowledge what he has and then address it.
Yeah.
So like he knows he got the talent. But he's dealing with a lot of personalities.
Yeah.
And like I said, we feeling ourselves a little bit, you know what I mean? So like he know that he gotta manage all the personalities some way. So he actually hired a sports psychologist to come in. So my junior year, starting towards the end of my sophomore year, his name was Peter Ferrito, and like just a goofy dude, but like he knew his stuff. Yeah. And he got us, like, he had us doing all these like team bonding activities and like stuff that like as a 15, 16-year-old like kid, you like,
what is this, man?
But looking back on it, it's like, all right, like you're making me be vulnerable around my teammates. You're making me have to communicate with somebody who I might not necessarily communicate with if we not hooping. You know what I mean? So Guys hired the sports psychologist, and like he just helped us just with that cohesion. You know what I mean? And like we was a unit, man. We was a unit, like
shout out to him, man.
Yeah,
I ain't never even heard of that before.
Yeah,
that's my first time hearing that.
Yep. Anybody else from King around my time, just bring up Peter Ferrito.
I know y'all was killing his last name. But I know y'all was killing his last name.
We bring him back at chips, like all type of stuff.
I get it.
But he was, but like he helped us tremendously, because like I said, the hoop is hoop. You know what I mean? But it's like what's gonna set you apart from everybody else. And you know, Frito, like he was one of them dudes that really helped us, you know, build that bond that we had, you know, so that we can come together and accomplish our goal. And like, and it showed, you know what I mean? We had an undefeated season. You know what I mean? Like we was running through things, you know what I mean? So it was cool.
I was dope. So speak on just the state run, bro. Yeah. You get to state, man. Speak on that, man.
Man, going upstate for the first time was really like a surreal experience, you know what I mean? Because like growing up, I watch it on TV. You know, I'm watching the Vincents, you know, win 3-4 state championships. I'm watching, you know, like the Dominicans, even when they played, you know, downtown at the Mecca, but like they still win state championships. Like I'm watching these teams, you know, win it. Like La Follette the year before, you know what I mean? Like Mike on our team, so you know he got bragging rights, you know. So I'm just like, man, we got to not only get there. The thing was, but like as like collectively, we knew our goal is not to get to state. I think that's where a lot of teams fall short. Where they like, we want to, like, what's your goal? We want to make it to state. No, we want to win state. You know what I mean? Like that was always like our goal. So like even when we would break down the huddle, we'll say gold on 3.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? Or like we had that, and that was from like game 2, 3. You know what I mean? Like all throughout the season. Like we locked in. We knew what that goal was. So once we got up there, we like, all right, let's handle business. And back then it was 3 games. You had to win 3 games.
So it was Thursday, Friday,
Saturday. So we get up there and it's like we city kids. Like we ain't, like I said earlier, like we ain't had no trainers. We ain't had no massage therapists, all this stuff. So we get up there, we eating at Prime Quarters. Remember Prime Quarters where you cook your own steak? Like we eating good. Like so we loved it. And that junior year, like low key, we probably each made like $150 to like $200 just selling King gear. So like knowing what I know now is like in Wisconsin, a lot of like fathers and sons, like that's a bonding, that's like an annual thing. Like they, no matter who playing, they already locked in. They going up to the state tournament. So it was some little kids in our hotel. And we just chilling by the, you know, in the hot tub or whatever. And they like, oh, like they know this pre. Oh, you're pre. Oh, just, you know, you hear them whisper. That's the pre bro. So they come over. Pre had on some King physical education shorts. They weren't even basketball shorts. They're like, can we get your shorts? Can we get your shorts? Pre like, no man, I need these. We got $30. Pre was like, man, I go. Pre went and changed, got it, gave it to him. You know what I mean? Like, so then I had some King stuff up there. I sold some T-shirts, but like it just showed like the fandom. You know what I mean? And like guys always share with us like, you guys got a chance. You guys got an opportunity to be household names. And at the time, I didn't understand it. But now, as you know, pushing 40, like I'm like, okay, I see that. You know what I mean? Like I'll be on business calls, and they like, Khalif, did you go to King? Like, me and my dad, we watched you guys at the state tournament. You know what I mean? So, but just being up there, man, it was a amazing experience, man. Like I said, we had to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So the first game we played Fond du Lac.
Okay.
And they, you know, one of the Deaners, so like they play real slow down, like, and we, you know, we running gun. You know what I mean? I think the final score was like 40-something, 30-something. You know what I mean? And then, who did we play the semifinal? I don't know why I'm blanking, but I forget who we played the semifinals. And then, then, you know, championship game, Big Butch, Appleton West.
And y'all beat them earlier in the year,
We had beat them earlier in the year, yeah. So like I said, guys being a mastermind, and he, you know, we played at it was a Christmas classic when they used to play at the Field House up in Madison. So like we ended up playing them and beating them earlier.
So did you feel like you had that advantage? Like, man, we already beat these dudes.
I mean, naturally, yeah. But then at the end of the day, you still gotta lace them up. It's a new game, you know. Like that don't like we ain't want to get caught up in that. But you know, the story was, you know, at the time I was 5'2". Yeah. So it's like, all right, you got the shortest. You got no, I'm saying like you got the shortest player in the tournament, and then Butch is 7 foot, the tallest. So like, all right, but yeah. So junior year, you know, I was coming off the bench, but I was playing, you know, significant minutes, and you know, it was kind of back and forth game. We couldn't really find our flow, and then out of nowhere, like guys put me in, and as soon as I got in, hit a deep three, and then I got a steal, got a layup, and that kind of just shifted the momentum from there. You know what I mean? And you know, we kind of took off and ran with it. Then you know, just holding that gold ball and like hearing them call your name and like
the medal and all.
Man, what? Man, going back to the hotel, like just like probably 1,000 people like at the hotel. Like I'm like that's no exaggeration. I'm talking about like the whole lobby area just thick, like you trying to, you know, maneuver, going like we was rock stars, bro. We was rock stars. Like we was feeling ourselves, you know. It was, but because we knew how hard we worked to get there,
right,
and then to accomplish it, with your brothers, with you know,
gang,
who you been rocking with since 10, and like you getting that gold ball, you getting that ring, like. It was a still to this day it still kind of give me goosebumps, you know, just reliving it and just watching the clock roll, and then once them 000s hit, it's just like
we champions, man.
Exhilarating, bro.
That's dope. So you get it, bro. What was the vibe when y'all get back to school? It was Monday, coming back to school, man. Y'all champions, man. What was that vibe like?
Like I said, we was rock stars.
Them guys,
we was rock stars. We was like. And I know I keep saying this, but it just shows you like how like so God, like I said, God was a mastermind, right? My right-handed guy, he had everything detailed, like written out, like from when we left, like we had our pep rally, so he had from when we was leaving King, like all our meals, like the itinerary was detailed, all the way to Justin Willingham bringing the gold ball back to school on Monday.
That's crazy.
Like it was a 3-page itinerary. He had everything detailed out, bro. And I'm like, so like Justin Willingham brought the ball back to school. We had a little pep rally or whatever. But before that, I was driving at the time, so I stopped at the gas station, and before school, and I never stopped before school, like never stopped at the gas station before school. This time I just so happened to do it. The clerk. He was like, "Oh, hey, Mr. Big Shot." I'm like,
Big Shot. What you mean?
Yeah, I'm like, you know, I'm just thinking he might, you know, watch the game or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh yeah, thank." And then he shows me the paper, the sports page. I'm on the cover of the sports page, Mr. Big Shot.
That's hard. Yeah.
And like, I won't say only, but I only scored 5 points that game. But like I said, it shifted the momentum. So like you know, obviously I still got that paper.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. I know you still gotta have it.
Yeah, I still got it. Pop still got it. My grandma still got it. I'm sure my mom got it too. But yeah, like just for you know, Pre was killing. He was killing. You know, Troy had a great game. You know what I mean. But for them to like highlight me,
was dope.
Yeah, it's dope. So like that put me on another kind of rock star level. But you know, shout out to my pops. He always made sure that, you know, I didn't get too big head.
Yeah, for sure.
And just, you know, he always be like, all praise due to God. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure. That's dope.
It ain't just you doing this. You know what I mean? So, but as a 16, you know, 17-year-old, I'm
it's
like,
hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But no, I know he was just, you know, he was doing what he needed to do to keep me there. But when we got back to school, bro, it was, we had a huge assembly, another pep rally.
Yeah.
We getting invited to, you know, all these like award banquets and dinners and stuff, and like people coming in to talk to us and stuff, and like, yeah, it just put us on a whole nother level.
Dope. So what we gonna do? Before we tap into 04, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah.
Check on the kids real quick. But that's dope.
Yeah.
That's hard, man. And I wish I would. Bro, you gotta send me a text message that Mr. Big Shot
Oh yeah. I got
it. So
yeah.
This cut talk, we out.
He let us take it there. He let us take it there.
I'm already knowing, bro.
Because he knew, like,
yeah.
I think we knew, like, we respected the game enough to where, like, wasn't nobody finna fight.
Y'all,
I mean, you might get a little shoving matches here and there, but, like, at the end of the day, like, we hooping.
It's basketball.
We hooping. Like, we competitive. I wanna embarrass you.
Yeah.
I wanna kick your ass so bad to where you feel terrible. Yeah. And that's how it was. Like, it was a common thing with 1 through 5 or 1 through 12, however many players we had. Like, everybody knew, like, if I, practice jerseys, if I'm wearing blue, you wearing blue, let's rock. Come on, Mark, we rocking. I'm wearing blue, you wearing gold, I'm at your head.
Yeah.
Just like that. And it was like literally like that quick.
Yeah.
Because guys will switch players and be like, all right, go, Khalif, go gold.
Yeah.
All right, come on, fellas, let's go. Let's come on. Yeah. We at them. We at them. And like the practices were so intense, bro. Like, and everything was for a consequence.
Yeah.
So like everything was competition, whether we was shooting, whether we was obviously sprinting or like scrimmaging, whatever drills it were. Yeah. Everything was for like competition. Like it was no like we just doing it just to do it.
Right.
Like winners don't run. Winners don't run.
That's real.
So
that's
like
real.
we and guys he was huge on conditioning. So like
Martin, y'all smaller, so now y'all really got to be up and down.
Absolutely.
I get it.
So 9 and 30, 17 minutes, all that.
Yeah. So we gonna rewind, and I want you to speak on that last summer of AAU with DTA. On that, just speak on that, cause I know that was up, bro. I know that had to be cracking, bro. Yeah. Speak on that, man. Last hurrah.
It was dope, man. We had a whip. Like I said, the core was still there.
Yeah.
We still had the Flowers, Michael Flowers. He was with us, and like everybody was just starting to come into their own. Pre was a dog.
Yeah.
Al was top 5 in the state. Justin Brown, like he was balling over at Tech. Like I think my senior year when we won state, we had 8 guys like off that team that won state. So we had the 4 from my team. We had 3 from the old Swiss team, and then like Dan and Rob from Catholic Memorial. So like we was always like we was winners, bro. You know what I mean? So but yeah, that summer, man, I just remember going. The tournament that probably sticks out the most was like Big Time. Down in Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the last tournament of the year.
Yeah.
Like we played well. We should have went a little further, but you know how that go. But yeah, actually, Jermel Jackson Wilson had played with us too, because he was always younger.
Okay. So he could.
So he was playing with us too. But yeah, man, we was rolling, bro.
Yeah.
We was rolling. Yeah. It was just fun times, man. People like, I think that's when I really started seeing like the business of basketball.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I saw it like a little bit early on with like DTA and the shoe deals and people getting certain kickbacks to go to certain schools and whatnot. But being that close and seeing like someone as highly recruited as like Pre, seeing like these coaches fly in for practice or an open gym and like what they offering and what they sharing, and you know what I mean, it's like I'm blown away, like you know what I mean. But yeah, no, the AAU season that last year was cracking.
Bro, what was the feeling of just knowing like, man, you still gonna have them at King, but just knowing like I'm done with DTA, bro. What was that feeling?
It was kind of bittersweet, you know what I mean. But I won't say I had any regrets, you know what I mean, sure. Because like just looking back on it, like it shaped me who I was as a basketball player, and then who I was as a person too. You know what I mean? Just that competitive nature, paying attention to detail, and just building those lifelong relationships. But no, it was tough because it's like hey, like we look forward to AAU. You know what I mean? Like that was a time when we can rock out. You know what I mean? was always
away from the parents, man.
You know what I mean?
With the guys.
With the guys in the hotel room, you know, trying to, going to the mall or in the hotel, depending on where we were, trying to holler at some chicks or whatever.
You know how it go.
You know how that went. But no, it was just fun, man. So, just looking back on it, we like, damn, this it.
Yeah.
Like, this it. Like, damn, we done. And just looking back, just, seeing all the trophies, all the medals, all the accolades, like, it's like, damn, like we really did some, we did some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we really accomplished a lot. It just made made me like really just enjoy and like embrace the journey. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, like, yeah, we here, but now let's finish this out, with the high school season.
So let's get back to King, man. So y'all team captain your senior year, and then you eventually broke into the starting lineup, bro. So just speak on that 04 year, bro, and how y'all was able to get through the season.
Yeah, so we still had, like I said, we still had a whip, with my guys, who I graduated with. The 05 had a couple guys on the team, but 06 was really, really heavy. But we knew that guys, they was counting us out, and they wanted their get back from the year before. You know what I mean? Because I gotta look that up. I don't even know what our margin of victory was, junior year, but it was crazy. You know what I mean? So like, Cat Sin, Jaheed, Jamel, Justin Willingham, Gutter, all them dudes leave. They like, oh yeah, they kind of thinking it's sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. So we knew that like we gonna take everybody's best punch. Like this gonna be, not to name any names, but like this gonna be whatever schools, state championship.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if they can knock King off, that's all they care. Like it don't matter who on the roster is, they playing Rufus King. So we knew we had that we had that edge, and we had that mentality, like just out the gate. Like we gonna play fast, we gonna outwork, we gonna out tough, and just played our strengths. You know what I mean? So then that's what we did. Guys implemented a 4-out 1 in. We called it the Jackson 5. He implemented that, and he just spaced the floor. We had Drew Jackson in one of the weak side dunker positions, and then we either, the four of us, we got me and Goody in the corner, creating. I'm creating. Sometimes Drew will come up, set the ball screen. Like it was like he let us play. He let us play to our strengths. And we was rolling, bro. We was rolling. So, and God set up a really good schedule. So like we played a lot. We played down in Akron. We played St. Vincent St. Mary.
Yeah. How did that go, bro?
Man,
that's legendary, dude.
Yeah, it was legendary too, because we actually broke their winning streak, because that was the year after LeBron had graduated. So they was on like a crazy some game winning streak, you know what I mean?
And did y'all play at the high school or the college?
Akron, at the college.
Okay, I'm about to say that.
But they still had a large following or whatever. So we played at University of Akron, like that game was cracking. It was cracking because we went down there, we ended up beating them. Lanil actually had a really good game in that game. He came off the bench, gave us a really good spark. Just going down there. Like not only beating somebody, but like beating somebody on the road, and then beating somebody like a St. Vincent St. Mary. You know what I mean? Like we like, all right, like you know what I mean? Like they ain't had LeBron, but they had the name. That's
I'm about to say, did Bron pull up? Did y'all see Bron there? Or he was already.
Bron ain't pull up. And then going down to beach ball. Myrtle Beach. Playing Ramon. We played Ramon Sessions. His team. He was actually. He went to Myrtle Beach High School. So we played them first game.
Okay, cool.
That was actually one of my better games senior year. I think I had like 13-7. And we beat them, and then had the got the 3-point championship.
Let's speak on that one time, man. That's big time right there.
Yeah. So at the Beach Ball Classic, they do the 3-point 3-point contest or whatever. And
was it off the rack, or they was just like
off the rack? Oh, that's dope. Yeah. It was live. It was live. Like it was the real deal. But obviously we had so many shooters on the team. Yeah. So like, I obviously wanted to do it. Pre wanted to do it. Goody wanted to do it. Troy wanted to do it. So in between, guys didn't know who he was gonna pick.
Yeah.
So we ended up having to do a shooting contest after practice. Down in Myrtle Beach. So I ended up winning it. Me and Troy, I think we was the 2 finalists. And then, so I ended up getting selected. So I go up against first round. I'm going up against Darius Washington. So he actually tricked. Like but I was hot. I was hot. He would have had to get hot to beat me. So then second round, I forget who I was going up against. It was some white boy from like South Carolina, but he had a clip.
Yeah.
He had a clip. So I knock it down. Then the championship come.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how tired you get off.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like shooting that many shots like that.
Yeah.
And like, you know, stands full, like you got cameras and like it was a real production. Yeah. Like it's you. Like it's just like everybody's focused on you.
Yeah.
So then championship round come and so I'm shooting and like my legs start to get tired. So I end up getting like 12, like out of 30. So I'm like, damn, I done tricked it.
Yeah.
Dude got 10.
Oh damn.
So I ended up winning.
Yeah, you gonna take that.
I ended up winning.
Take that
so,
and
like,
run out.
It was dope, man. Like
all
the team rushed out of the stands, picked me up. You know what I mean? They gave me this big trophy. Like it was like, well, I won't say big, but it was like heavy.
You still got it?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I still got all that. Yeah. Yep. So, but but no, I mean, senior year, like we was rolling, bro. We was rolling.
Dope. So, y'all do what y'all gotta do, man. Y'all make it to state, get through regionals, get through sectionals. Now we at state, and it's not this. Y'all still good, but this not the same team from last year.
Right.
So you get to state. Who did y'all first see? Y'all first game up there?
Who was it first game? I don't know why I'm blanking on that. Who was it? It wasn't La Follette. I don't know why I'm blanking on that one.
Because I know I for sure watched the championship game, but like, damn, I can't remember either who y'all saw first game or second game.
Oh, it was Wausau East.
Okay, yeah, they were
Wausau East.
Through them.
Yeah.
And then in the semifinals, who did y'all? Damn,
I know. I
can't even remember either.
I'm blanking too.
I was 12. Yeah. Damn, bro, this was 19 years ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Damn.
So,
but yeah, no, I'm blanking on that semifinal game. I can't remember. But yeah, then obviously championship though.
So then, I need your opinion because I respected Pre for what he was saying about like Mr. Basketball, and he was like, man, I ain't even care about that, bro. I just wanted to win, and that's what it was all about. He said the motivation was another guy or another team thinking they was better than us. So like when you found out Pre wasn't getting Mr. Basketball, what was your feelings on that?
Man, I mean, we knew he deserved it.
Yeah.
We knew he got robbed.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like guys, you know, we talking, you know, game planning, whatever, blah blah blah. And as soon as we about to break it down, he's like, "Oh yeah, Mike Nelson got Mr. Basketball."
Yeah, Troy said.
You know what I mean? He just slid it in there. You know what I mean? We like, wait, what? Because this ain't. I mean, you got cell phones, but like, it ain't Twitter or social media.
Constant
like,
updates and all that.
Broken. It ain't breaking news like that. But I guess they had emailed the coaches that day or whatever, so guys knew. So he just kind of slid that in there.
Yeah.
And we all kind of look at Pre, and like he like all right, like like we wanted that
y'all
game. You know what I mean? Because it's like all right, like that's an individual accolade which he should have gotten.
Yeah.
But we about to get this gold ball.
Yeah, for sure.
In your hometown
for
too.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So like that was like added motivation. You know what I mean? And I think coming out, we were too hyped up on emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, cause we came out and they smacked us right away.
I speak on it, bro. This one, like, and I tell this story every pile if I'm with a ball player, bro. One of my biggest childhood memories of watching high school basketball was y'all, bro. Going down 14-2 to Madison Memorial, and they loaded, bro.
Yeah.
Corey Vernon, you know what I'm saying? Michael Nelson, Jared Ajami, of course, Wesley Matthews turned into who he turned into.
Yeah.
So y'all go down 14-2, and And I'm looking at my dad like, man, because I seen what they did to Vincent the game before. So I'm like, I don't know about this one, man. So speak on, bro, going to the huddle. Y'all down like this, and what transpired for y'all to like bounce back the way y'all did? Speak on it, man. And I think he was being humble. He didn't want to say, he didn't want to talk his stuff, but man, speak on it.
It was Dupree Fletcher.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously basketball is a team sport.
Yeah.
But I've seen like I said, up until this point, I had seen play year round for 7 years.
Yeah.
And that performance was unlike any other games I've seen him play. I mean, from both ends. Like, he always, I mean, now you say two-way player, but it's like, you playing basketball.
Right.
You playing defense, you playing offense. Like, that's what you're supposed to do as a basketball player. But, like, the way that he sweated whatever guard, whether that was Wesley, whether that was Gerard, whether that was Mike, like, there was, like, possession after possession after possession where, like, they didn't even get past half court.
Yeah.
Damn near the volleyball line. They was like his hand, like just how he just took over the game, bro.
Yeah.
And we just, we made some other adjustments, but it was really like we gonna win this game. Like we knew that. Like once we took their best shot, and then they couldn't take our best shot, we like, oh yeah, like we gonna wear them down.
Yeah.
We just gonna wear them down. Like they don't got Troy, Laniel, Louis.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I would say that was Troy coming out party, bro. Because that man,
he hit some key shots. Huge shots.
Yeah.
Huge shots, bro. Like huge. But yeah, no, we just locked in. We locked in. Like I said, I think once we were able to like
just calm down
because we were hyped up. I mean, you hyped up anyway. Like you got 18,000 people at the Kohl Center. Like, and probably, no exaggeration, probably 14,000 of them were for Madison Memorial.
All you seen is green.
All you see is a sea of green. It's a sea of green, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think once we settled in, and I kind of like, I remember one time in a huddle, I looked at and he just had this look in his eye, and I'm like he ain't had to say nothing.
Yeah.
Like Pre was vocal, but like he wasn't like vocal like me. You know what I mean? But like. He knew how to get the best out of you. But like I saw that look, and I'm like, I just said to myself, come on, we with you. We with you, big dog. Let's do it. Let's do it. And he just took over, and then it just elevated everybody else to whether that was getting deflections, getting steals, hitting shots, getting rebounds, whatever. We just knew like, all right, let's get this. We got to get this team win. That's what it was. It was a team win.
Yeah. And run me through this, and then we'll kind of transition after this. But adrenaline and the emotion and just being locked in, bro. Tap back into that for me. What was that probably the most just like adrenaline and just energy you ever felt on the court before, just being a part of that comeback, bro? Yeah. Because that was nasty, bro.
Yeah. No, it was. It was. Yeah. I mean, because it's like we knew how we prepared. We earned that. We earned the right to win that game.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like you still gotta go out and play.
You gotta take it.
You still gotta take it. You know what I mean? And just like just like it's replaying in my head right now. You know what I mean? Like all the things that it's a little luck that gotta play in there. A couple breaks. A couple balls bouncing in our direction. But like. It's just one of those things where he's just like almost out of body, you know what I mean? Where like you watching yourself do something, and it's like, oh yeah, like damn, we on an 11-2 run right now.
We about to beat these
dudes, you know what I mean? Like, and then you just see, then you like look across, and then you just see like Wes crying. You see, Corey with his head down. You see Gerard crying, like you know what I mean? He like. Yep. Yep.
I might be the most killer stuff I ever.
Yeah.
Could y'all, and this is a real thing, could y'all like just sense, they folding?
Oh yeah.
Could you just feel it like, man?
Not till like the second half. Like the second half. quarters, like probably midway through like the third quarter.
Yeah,
they broke.
They
broke. They ain't got no more.
Yeah.
They ain't got no more.
Yeah.
We was too deep.
Yeah.
We was too deep. We took, like I said, we took that initial punch.
Yeah.
If we ain't have what we had on the bench, we probably would have got popped by 15 or 20.
Right.
But toe to toe, like 1 through 12, they couldn't rock. They couldn't mess with us.
That's
like 1 through 5, they had us at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like once you get to 6 through 10,
it's over with.
It's over.
Man, y'all come back. Y'all get that gold ball. Y'all get that championship, bro. What's the feeling, man? You going out senior year on top, bro. What's that feeling, man?
That one was more special than the junior year.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like to be in that small group of just athletes, period, to win a state championship their senior year and go out on top, whatever sport that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was real special. And then to close it out with my brothers. Like my brothers and for Pre to put on the show like he did and you know just put us, just put us on his back, man.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like literally like we was solidified ourselves. We household names.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
Everybody know. Oh, you went to King. Oh, 03, 04. Oh yeah. Oh, you were on that team. Yeah. Like now, at least that's 22 years later. You know, 21 years later.
Facts.
Like so. But yeah, no, we get back to school. Same
already
drill.
Knowing, bro.
Same
Beatles in that motherfucker.
we rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
It's like. Yeah, at some points, did we feel ourselves a little too much? Maybe.
Get it, y'all.
But we 17, 18 years old. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of natural to do that, you know, and given the blood, sweat, tears that went into that, we earned a little bit of that. You know what I mean? And it was just a level of confidence. You know what I mean? It wasn't cockiness or it wasn't arrogance. Like we just knew, like if y'all knew half of what we had to go through to get to this point and to accomplish this huge goal, y'all be like, oh, okay, all right, I kind of understand. I kind of understand. But it was that senior year from March, whatever, end of March till graduation. Like it was
different high, bro.
Different high, yeah. I mean, because senior year, and I don't want to say, but like classes aren't.
I'm already knowing,
you know what I mean. So like,
get it.
Kind of slack off. The teachers get it too.
Yeah.
They knew. Yeah. So it's like we was them dudes.
I get it, and I just say, bro, like, of course, with this pod, we trying to take it somewhere, get to a certain place. But one of the biggest treats for me was, like I said, I went to Dominican. Yeah. I'm a rep Dominican.
Yeah.
All day. But in terms of King got a special spot because it was either Dominican or King.
Okay.
Because my family went to King. And just watching y'all in the living room 7th grade year, especially the 04 year, get that championship is going to sit with me forever. That's why I had all these King dudes on here, bro. Like, I'm going to get Mitch. I'm going to get Louis eventually just to finish the story, bro. I need the whole story.
Got to.
But, like, salute to y'all, man. Because y'all, just like y'all household names, like, that's valid. Like, that's valid. So, bro, y'all get the championship, and now you done with playing. Now, in terms of recruitment, bro, did you ever think, okay, am I going to play at the next level? Is that a goal for me? What was that going through your mind?
Yeah, so that definitely was one of my goals.
Yeah.
I mean, starting on varsity was one of my goals.
Yeah.
Getting, state championship was one of my goals. And, playing collegiate basketball was one of my goals.
Okay.
And I always just wanted to, prove people wrong. You know what I mean? They said I was too small to play varsity.
Yeah.
Said I was too small to play, start varsity. Said I was too small to actually contribute. You know what I mean? Like, so that was the motivation. You know what I mean? And, being 5'2", 120 pounds as a senior, like, but still getting looks, like, I'm looking back on it and I'm like, damn, like, that was special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I had a preferred walk-on spot at Green Bay, and then I had a preferred walk-on spot at Parkside.
Okay.
And then Whitewater was recruiting me heavy, and then Stevens Point kind of came on the mix kind of later on. I did like Whitewater. It ended up coming down between Whitewater and Stevens Point. I was considering Green Bay because back then it was like D1, 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 D1. Yeah. So I'm like, well, shit, I can.
Like, you probably got the grades already. So
yeah, I had the grades. Yeah, I was good. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, oh well, I can be D1. You know what I mean? Like the coach was like, I can't guarantee you playing time. I can't guarantee you nothing. Like, which was cool. I understood it. You know what I mean? He was like, but if you want to be a part of a Division I program, you got a spot. All right, I appreciate that. I respect that. And then Parkside was like, I ain't like their campus. Yeah. It was like, no. And then Whitewater and Stevens Point came down to it, and then Whitewater, it was just like a lot of King people. Like, so it would have been like Rufus King University for me. Right. I'm like, I'm good. You know what I mean? And I wanted to get a little bit further away from home. You know what I mean? So went up to Stevens Point. Obviously I heard about Stevens Point from like Terry Porter, that connection. And then I remember because they had won the national championship 03, 04, and then so like when we were in the hotel getting ready to go, we had ESPN on. They were showing the highlight. Dope. That's dope. So I'm like, I remember that clicked in my head when I was on my visit up there, and just knowing that pedigree and knowing their history, tradition. It just was a good fit. And then they, Drew didn't really have much either. So we was like,
so they was recruiting both of y'all. That's dope. That's dope.
So we was like, let's
do it. Yeah.
So we ended up doing it. I ended up committing a point to like May.
Okay, so it was
May. It was late. Yeah, it was it was right after Cinco de Mayo. So went up to Point, and like they had, like I said, they had just won it, and then they only graduated they graduated 2 seniors, and one of the seniors actually played. So they had their whole team, National Player of the Year back, like starting point guard. But then the recruiting class, it was 8 of us. So literally got one spot. And then it was 8 of us. It was 8 of the recruiters, and then 2 transfers too. So
that's plenty of people, bro. But they got the reserve team, and you know that.
So I'm like, so they were like D3 is different. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like when they say red shirt, but it's gray shirt. Yeah. You know how that go. Yeah. But like once they do anything, like it ain't like you can't just practice and not play. Yeah. Like if you practice after that first level or after that first what is it, like activity or whatever, like you lose your eligibility even if it's just a practice. Yeah. So my whole freshman year, I didn't practice with the team. Like I couldn't do nothing. Like I can watch practice if I wanted to, but literally like I just was in the gym. Yeah. In the gym. And then kind of coincidentally, we had to play like intramurals and stuff like that. But then coincidentally, I was growing. I was in a growth spurt. Yeah. So then I ended up growing to 5'8" by the end of my freshman year. I put on like 15 pounds of muscle, and
this is history after that, man. That's dope. And like you was young for your grade too. I was still young. So that made sense. So walk us through. Got through your gray shirt year. It's freshman year, bro. Freshman year on the team. Yeah. Speak on that year, bro.
Man, that was special. I mean, because it was like one of my goals. Checked it off. You know what I mean? Like I'm on a college roster. Like I'm hooping. I should have started that my freshman year too. But the coach, he wanted a different. He wanted another. He wanted our 2 guard to play point. He was trying to mold him into a point guard, and I'm like,
I got a pure point right here, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that sophomore year. But freshman year was dope, man. Like just be able to compete, get out there, and just hoop, just get back to competition. Because like just playing, like I said, from a high level of basketball from 10 all the way through high school, and then not playing. Like that year from my freshman year was like tough. Like all you doing is I'm just working out. Like I'm shooting, going to open gym, going to intramurals. But then now I can practice. Now I can, be on the road trips. Now I can, I can play and compete and get back in my element. So it just gave me another kind of boost of energy. You know what I mean? Like you talk about adrenaline. Like I was just playing off of adrenaline like that. Like I hadn't lost that love for the game. So it's just like, but I saw when the game was, I won't say taken away, but I didn't have the game in my life. So it just made me appreciate it that much more. So I just, whatever it was, like I just competed, went hard, like went extra. And I had a solid freshman year. I started like 5 games. I was six man a year for the team. But yeah, we was like 15-10 my freshman year. So yeah, we ain't do too hot. But then sophomore year is when things kind of take off.
In freshman year, bro, now we at conference is so tough. People don't know, bro. What? Especially if you talking outside of the state. Oh, you play D3? Bro, D3 a different animal when it comes to Wisconsin, bro. And just some of them teams, bro. Point, Whitewater, Stout, River Falls. Like, I went to Platteville my freshman year, so I'm already familiar. In Platteville, they was really good. They good now, too. But just speak on the competition in that conference, bro. Just some of the players that's in that conference. Man. Just to let the people know, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's Division III, but you got a lot of guys who transferred
from D1s
back. We had from Platteville, Lavelle. What's Lavelle's last name?
I know who you talking about. Pooch. I forgot his last name, but jump out the gym.
I remember they had an out of bounds play. He caught it on my center so nasty. Live, but I mean, you got Lavelle, like Whitewater always was stacked. Like my freshman year, I'm going up against like Gio, Riley, Anthony Malachnik, Jeremy Manchester. Like the Platteville had another. They had the big
Skimp.
Yep, Skimp, big Jeff Skimp. Jeff Skimp, you know what I mean? Setting all them illegal ass screens. But yeah, I mean, like lacrosse, Brandon Brown.
Shout out to Brandon, man.
Chris Fehrenbach, Luke Holman, rest in peace. Big Jeff Warner. I mean, it was like night in, night out. Like you had to bring it. Like it didn't matter. Like we ain't look at rankings or standings and nothing like that. Like anybody could be anybody on any given night.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether River Falls is playing Whitewater or Stevens Point is playing, I won't say Superior. We always pop Superior. But it was you had to bring it. Like the WIAC was it was a different type of beast.
So you get through your freshman year, have a good year, sophomore year, bro, and then you say you started 5 games, Joe.
Yeah, about 5.
Your freshman year. Yep. So let's talk about the following year, bro. You got a year under your belt with the team. Yep. Now, what's the expectations for you this next year, bro?
Man, I remember I had a sit down with coach. So I would work all the basketball camps. Yeah. So majority of the team would just stay up there and make a couple extra dollars, and like we in the gym all day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like coach is having us demonstrate. And then like in between sessions, we would hoop, we hooping. You know what I mean? So like, I was up at Stevens Point like majority of the summer. You know what I mean? So like, my body's starting to fill out a little bit. Like my game is there. Like I'm like, okay, like, let's do it. So I had to sit down with coach after one of the camps, and he was just like, I know what you're capable of. He was like, your teammates know what you're capable of. He's like, go out there and consistently show it. I'm like,
say less, bro.
Done. Done. You know what I mean? Like, cool. Yeah. And so then the season rolls around, and like literally like any team he put me on, like we was winning. Like I was winning like 90% of the drills I was in. And he was just like you giving me no choice but to. I got to start.
Yeah.
Bro, when I tell you we took off like that sophomore year, like that was my favorite year of my college career. Sophomore year, like he gave me the keys, and he was just like, I trust you, like here, run the team, run the show, and That's what I did, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was just playing my game, having fun with it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I had shooters around me. I had a solid big around me. So I had all the pieces, and then like we ran an open motion.
Okay.
Like we didn't have not one play.
Yeah.
We didn't have not one set.
Yeah.
We just had concepts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And read and react, and you know what I mean. So I can, if I want a ball screen, I call for a ball screen.
Yeah.
If I want to do a DHO, I'd go do a DHO.
Yeah.
But like it was just whatever I wanted. You know what I mean? Like it was an open motion. So yeah, we was rolling, bro. We was #1 in the nation for like 8 weeks straight. Yeah. And then we ended up losing. Who ended up losing? Oh, Oshkosh ended up getting us.
Okay. Was DJ there?
DJ
was
Daddy.
there, man. Shout out to DJ,
Shout
man.
out DJ Marsh.
We in talks with bro too, man. That's dope.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean that sophomore year was cracking, man. I started every game.
Yeah.
I think I know at one point I was at a 4.4 to 1.
I saw that.
Assist to turnover ratio.
That's unreal, bro.
Yeah. I was, and it was like, you know, obviously salute to my teammates. You know what I mean? Because they making shots.
Yeah, they got to convert on that.
But I took pride like in a turnover. You know what I mean? And it probably could have been higher, but you know the turnover is always assessed to the passer.
Yeah.
Like even though I had a big, one of my bigs, he had
fumbled
the ball.
Fumbled
you know what I mean? That's on me though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it is what it is. But no, we was rolling, man. We was #1 in the nation for I think 6 or 8 weeks, and then we get to the tourney. You know, we regular season champions, postseason tournament champions, and then we had, you know how D3 is, they kind of alternate years for hosting. So this just so happened to be the men's year to host. So like everything was laid out. Like we were supposed to have home court advantage all the way until the Final Four. So we get to the Sweet 16 on our floor. We're playing Wash U.
Okay.
Out of St. Louis. So they always had a solid program.
Yeah.
But back then I ain't really know about Wash U. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, these nerdy, you know, school, whatever.
Right.
And we had a terrible scout tape. Like literally, like it looked like it was on like a VHS. Like it was a terrible scout tape. And they played zone or the team that they played zone. I can't remember exactly. And they didn't look good at all. But we knew they had a good big. So I'm like, oh sweet. Like it's good. Like come on, we gonna keep doing what we've been doing. Like rinse and repeat. Like let's go get them. They popped us on our floor. So that hurt. That loss hurt because I feel like sophomore year, like that was my best chance to win a national championship.
Yeah.
Because they wanted my freshman year, but I was gray shirt or whatever sitting out. So like sophomore year, I'm like, okay, like we can rock and roll.
Yeah.
But Wash U ended up putting us out.
But, that's tough, man.
Yeah.
So I feel like that jump from freshman to sophomore year, man, you starting, you got the keys, bro. You got the freedom to play. Now just speak on junior year. Now you really like, basically an upperclassman. Was you a captain at that time? Team captain?
I was three-year captain.
3-year captain, man. So speak on that junior year, bro.
Yeah. So junior year, I mean, we knew what we had. We lost a couple seniors, but like, you know, I think everybody locked in again. You know, more people started coming to the camps and you know being up there so that we could build that bond and brotherhood. And we just, you know, we had some good pieces come in that junior year. Jared.
Shout out to Jared, man. He from my neighborhood.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Jared. That's my big little bro. Jared's good. Jared's good stuff, man. But yeah, we had some other, you know, solid pieces come in that year, and you know, junior year we was rolling too. We was rolling, and we ended up losing. I'm started every game that year too, playing well, and it's like Kevin Durant when they played the Bucks.
Yeah,
that's what happened. My toe was just barely on the line.
Who was y'all playing?
Not Buena Vista. Was it Buena Vista? Yeah, I think it was Buena Vista.
Okay.
Out of Iowa, and just my toe was just on the line, and no, I'm sorry, it was not. It was St. Thomas.
Okay.
It was St. Thomas.
And this was in the tourney.
Yep, in the tourney. Yep.
Which round would y'all
This was Sweet 16 too.
Okay.
Yep, Sweet 16. And my toe was just. I remember I had on those them Gill Zeros. White and purple. If I didn't wear a 10 and maybe a 9, I would have got it. But yeah, my toe was just online, so we end up losing that year to St. Thomas. But yeah, no, I mean junior year was solid, bro. Yeah, solid. Like we had a good group. All just solid dudes, you know what I mean? Even to this day, like, you know, I think I've been in 4 of my teammates' wedding. You know what I mean?
Dope.
So that's like dope. We're close brotherhood, okay. Yeah. And then then I mean, senior year, like same thing.
Situation.
You know what I mean? Like we rolling. Like I played every game of my college career except for one. I had a tail, but I probably should have sat out like 3 games, but I sat out 1. But yes, then that was senior year. Shout out to Goody, my boy. He the one who put me out. I should have stayed down. I tell my son, you're not a shot blocker. And
right.
I thought I was a shot blocker at the time, and Goody got me with an up fake and leaned in. And I fell on my tailbone. But no, senior year was fun, man. We was rocking and rolling too. Like we had lost one of our main scorers from junior year. So like I had to score more. Senior year I averaged like 12 and 6.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I shot 47% from 3.
That's nasty. That is nasty.
Yeah. So like I took like that summer, I really like looking back on it. I'm like, damn, I wish I could do that summer.
Yeah.
3 summers, prior, but it is what it is. Like I had a really good season my senior year. Probably should have won all conference my sophomore year, but I had good players. So basically we was tough, fighting. We was fighting for votes. You know what I mean? But senior year I ended up earning WIAC first team all conference.
Oh, dope, man! Shout out to you, man.
And then team MVP, all that good stuff.
Dope.
But yeah, and then senior year it was good. And then St. Thomas again.
Same team, same situation.
Yeah, second round. Yeah. So that one hurt. That one hurt. I mean, senior year. I'm looking like and I'm thinking like, damn, my senior year in high school, I went out on top.
Yeah.
Senior year in college, I'm out second round. So it was tough. Yeah, it was tough, but it was what it was.
It is what it is, man. So you have a excellent college career. Now stuff is coming to an end. Mm-hmm. What was you thinking? Was it like, man, I could maybe do an overseas push, go pro one time, or is it like, okay, it's time to find a job, figure out life? What was the mindset?
Yeah, I mean, I still thought that there was a overseas chance. Yeah. So I did go to a couple camps. Yeah. Went to a camp, or actually one of the camps, Mian Pre was actually at right outside of Atlanta, and gave it a shot. Yeah. Nothing transpired over it. Like, I think in those settings, it's like it wasn't more conducive to my game.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Because I'm a pure point. Yeah. In those settings, they looking for scores. Yeah. It like guys don't play the game the right way in those type of settings. Mm. And I feel like that gets glorified or that gets rewarded. Yeah. And it's like, no, like he just shot 3 terrible shots. Like what are you like? Yeah. But whatever. But yeah, no, it was. I gave it a shot. Yeah. Didn't work out. Mm. All right, what's next?
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say this, like that's another reason I got the pod, cause just that what you said, what's next? Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of ball players sometimes we struggle with what's next, cause basketball been our identity for so long, man. What are you? I'm a basketball player. Exactly. Like that's all. Like what else? What do you like? I like basketball, bro. Like, okay, well, what do you know? What you stand for? I stand for basketball, bro. So, like, just what was going through your mind when you like, okay, I got to figure out something else. And you got your degree, so what was the plan?
Yeah, so I knew I had a fallback plan. So Pops had a social service agency. Okay. Called New Horizon Center. Yeah. So I knew, and this was 2009, so like the economy wasn't the greatest. Yeah. So a lot of my people who I was graduating with, they didn't even have jobs lined up coming out. So I was fortunate in that sense to already have that, that lined up. So I mean, once the overseas thing didn't pan out or whatever, I was like, all right, I'm working. I'm working. So started working, and then I still wanted to stay close to the game in some sense. So one of the mantras that that I live by is learn, earn, and return.
Yeah.
So that I was at the kind of the returning part, right? So then I started coaching AAU. So I graduated May of 2009. Started coaching AAU January of 2010.
What team?
It was with Playground Elite.
Playground
Elite. Yep. Cool. So with Al. With Al.
Yeah.
So that, like, me and Al, we was always cool and like teammates, but like that's when we really
locked in with each other.
You know what I mean? Like going on those road trips, coaching, talking about schemes, and you know what I mean? Like it was like that's when I'm like, all right, like this my brother, bro. Like this my dog. So we started coaching, and then so I'm working and I'm coaching, and then I was like, man, I'm really liking this coaching thing. I kind of want to do it for high school too. So I reached out to guys.
Yeah. That's a no-brainer, bro. Was he still at King?
He was still at King.
Okay.
He was still at King at the time. So this would have been, by this time, this was the 11-12 season.
So Arroyo was
Dominique Borum, Anthony Hatfield, Nick Stokes.
Shout out to Nick.
So we had a whip. Yeah. So we actually went upstate and lost to Germantown in the championship game that year. So I still wanted to, I'm like, all right, I like this high school thing. You know what I mean? So then Homestead opened up. Remember Hines had got relieved or whatever. So Homestead opened up. I actually applied for the Homestead position. And they were like, no, you don't got the experience, blah, blah, blah. But you can have any position that you want outside of the head. So I was like, I met with the head coach who they had hired or whatever. So I ended up getting an assistant job at Homestead, and just kind of bounced around from there. And ended up landing at Dominican a couple years later. And just fell into a great situation.
Oh yeah, man. And at that time, man, it was unfair, man. and just speak on Burger, bro. Being with Burger, man, he was my assistant when I was there.
Okay.
But just good dude, man. Basketball background, played the game, and then just he did inherit a whip. You know what I'm saying? While he ended up moving on to Martin Luther. But just speak on being with them guys, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, Dominican was great. I got there at the 2015 season, so that was Diamond's senior year. And you talk about like being like a rock star. Like,
oh yeah, it was different.
Like for him to be, top 5 player in the country, number 1 center in the country, like everywhere we went, and like Burger tasked me to be kind of his mentor and like make sure he was straight, you know what I mean? So like after the games, like I'm waiting with Diamond 30-45 minutes so that he can sign autographs, take pictures. But being under Burger, like that was great. Just from my coaching knowledge, just to see how he prepared, how intense he was.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get after it.
He'd get after it, you know what I mean? And like and just how detailed he was. So like I've been fortunate like to be around like some great coaches, so like with guys, obviously being a player under guys, but then being on the other side with guys, seeing all the tactics and the mind, tricks that he used to play.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, so that's right. So like, you know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. In respect to him, legendary.
Yeah.
Guys just sound like a character though, bro. Like he just sound like, man, what are you on today, man? Come on, man. So yeah, man.
Yeah, no, guys,
he got his little tricks and
for sure.
And and like the dopest thing you said is like he managing all of these personalities and like salute to him. See, he said he hired a psychologist to come in.
Yeah, sports psychologist.
That's dope, and I feel like that should be done more, especially like kids from the city going through real stuff outside the back. So yeah, dope, man. Yep. So.
Burger though, like Burger was, I mean, he showed me a lot, and I respect him, and we still kind of cross paths, being in gyms or whatever.
Sure.
To this day, he's helping out at Slinger.
Yeah, his kid's
right now.
Yeah,
so his kid, I think, is his kid, is he a freshman now or
he might be
close.
on the verge.
Close. But no, I mean for Berger to do what he did. Like you said, he inherited a whip, but you
Yeah.
still gotta
You still gotta
drive
manage
it.
it,
You
yeah.
still gotta drive that
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think his record for his 4 years before he
It's
retired was like
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
110-7.
It's ridiculous.
110-7. That's crazy, bro. Like that's crazy.
Stop me if I'm wrong, but I
Yeah.
think he won a state championship every year he was a head coach.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah. He won 4 straight.
That's wild, bro. Like
Yeah.
if he not in the Hall of Fame for the state, I don't
Yeah.
know how you get in,
Yeah,
bro.
he won
Like,
4 straight, bro, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm just and seeing how he did it, I'm like
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah,
I
for
respect
sure.
it for sure.
For sure.
You know.
So now, bro, you bounce over and you eventually get to Nicolay.
Yeah.
Al, you with Al.
Wow, my dog.
And then Nicolay has the Monstars, basically, man. Sibley, Jamari Sibley, and then Atlanta Hawks forward Jalen Johnson, man.
Yeah.
So just going from Diamond and then getting with them guys. And then Kobe Johnson, too.
Yep.
So just getting with those guys in that group, man, how was that experience?
So we ain't get with them guys right away.
Yeah, they did come in. So you was with them.
So we was with them, but
Yeah.
so like we got the job in 2016.
Yeah.
So the 3 seasons prior to us getting the job, Nicolay had won a total of 5 conference games.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you talk about like we was on the opposite side of inheriting a whip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like we literally had to build that program back up and build that culture. And
Sibley was there the whole time with y'all.
Sibley was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all at least had a piece.
Yeah, we had 4. Yeah. We had all 4 years with Jamari. Yeah. So we literally started from the bottom.
Yeah.
And then our first year, I think we ended up winning like 9 conference games. And just kept building.
Going up, yeah.
And then we ended up getting the Johnsons, Jalen and Kobe, that 2018 season.
Okay.
So 2018, 2019.
Okay, Khalif,
Yeah.
bro. I'm gonna need you to keep it real.
Yeah.
Say what you can.
He said, "Say what you can."
Knowing what was the feeling knowing that they coming? Y'all going from having this team who was they're a certain level.
Yeah.
Then you getting these 2 dudes, one in particular who
Yeah.
probably was he top 5 in the country at the time.
Yeah.
What's the feeling, man? We need this an exclusive too. We need the honest.
No, for sure. No,
Yeah.
And it was like damn, we really got the shot.
Yeah.
We really got a shot. You know what I mean? Like this is this damn near like a generational type of talent.
He is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and not only were we excited about Jalen and what he can bring, but we saw Kobe's potential too.
Yeah.
Because Kobe was only 6 foot, 6'1" at the time, and we saw him playing at AAU. We like, why? He wasn't even starting.
Yeah.
And we like, man, he ain't starting. Like, but once we heard, once Rod and Stacy called Al, and told him the news, like Al downplayed it. Like me, Rod, Stacy, Al's why we all in the group chat. So like we still kind of bring it up from time to time.
Yeah.
Like when we all get together for dinner, like Rod said when he called him, Al was just like, "Oh yeah, that's what's up."
Knowing he frontin', bro.
You know what I mean?
Knowing he frontin', he going like this.
Right.
Knowing he frontin'.
So me and Al was actually, we were actually, like we knew early on, this was probably like late, like maybe like June 30th or whatever. And then we were at 4th of July barbecue together. And then that's when they announced it. Like that's when they put it on Instagram that they was coming.
Yeah.
Bro, when I tell you our phones blew up,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We already knew it, but like once they put it on Instagram, we was like, oh yeah, it's official.
It's up.
And we like, shit, we rocking and rolling. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. But yeah, no, I mean just to have those guys, and then James Graham had transferred.
Another
too.
dog, yeah.
So, we were like, we got the pieces.
Yeah.
We got the pieces.
Yeah.
Like shout out to Sonny Fennessy. I gotta shout him out. Sonny Fennessy, he was the guard, he was our point guard, and like just keeping it a buck, like Jamari and Jalen Jamari didn't necessarily rock with Sonny for whatever reason at the time that Jalen and Kobe was coming over. So Sonny had to basically prove himself to Jalen that he was not only worthy, like on the court, but off the court too. So you know how high school stuff is. Yeah. So like Sonny was able to mend that, and like he was a starting point guard, and like he ran the show. You know what I mean? And I got to give him his flowers because he really held that team together.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of personality, a lot of things going on. Like you talk about rock stars, like I thought Diamond, like, and not negating any of his stardom. Yeah. But Jalen was on a whole nother level, bro.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
Jalen was on a whole nother level, bro. Yeah. Like, we used to have satellite trucks outside of Nicolay for certain games.
That's crazy.
Like, wires, you know, being run from the truck into the feet, like, it was like that. Yeah. Like, standing room only. Yeah. Like, mixtape. He got a mixtape before we can even, like, say we playing on the road. Yeah. Before we can make it back to Nicolay, he already got a mixtape up on Instagram.
Yeah, I get it. That was his game. And then, bro, he had the game for it. He had all of everything. It. The size. Everything. He wasn't just big. He had game. Yeah. He could play 1 through 5, had a handle, could shoot, could pass. His passing ability probably was the best part of his. He looked like a little Brian, bro. Just to be real. And then I need y'all to tell me how because you got so much talent, but you don't want to hold the talent back. Yeah. So what was the game plan? We got to have a game plan, though. So how can we implement something that's going to keep them structured, but also let them play? So what was y'all mindset, bro?
It was kind of going back to kind of how we did it up at Stevens Point. Okay. You know what I mean? Just implement concepts. Yeah. And then, because like you said, you don't want to. You got that much talent. You don't want to put the restraints on that. You know what I mean? Like, let them play to their strengths. Like, let them rock. Let them do what they do best. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we knew with our athleticism, with our depth, like we could just outlast teams and just outwork them. So like, we pressed. Like, we pressed the hell out of teams. You know what I mean? 55. You got Jamari up. Kobe and Sonny at the elbows, and then Jalen and whoever else in the back. Like, like our defense, like a lot of times we didn't even really have to run stuff. You know what I mean? Because like we was fast breaking, making plays out of our defense. Yeah.
So just in terms of that balance with Jalen, because like I said, that point forward role, but you got Sonny at the 1. Yeah. How did y'all balance? Okay, like Sonny, we know you there, but like we gotta give him the ball. We gotta let him. So what was that balance like?
Man, I gotta salute Al on that one. Yeah. You know, because Al saw the point guard in Jalen before I did. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, he can do everything, but like Al kind of had that vision of what you see now.
He really is that.
Like he's that. You know what I mean? And it's like for Al to be like, if you get it, go. Yeah. Like, Sonny, run the wing, get to the corner. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta give Al his props on that one, because he saw that vision. I was just like, well, we can put him wherever, but I never thought about putting him at the point guard spot. But given how elite his passing is, like, it made sense. It made sense.
Yeah. So y'all make it to the state championship. Y'all run through the state in terms of like the city conference, and y'all get up to state and y'all see Washington, bro. Yeah. And Washington that year, they was cold, bro. Like, they was loaded. So everybody, and it's basically 2 city schools, like Nicolay and Glendale, but like Nicolay is the city, bro. So just speak on like that matchup and going into it, and what's the game plan? Yeah.
So actually, we thought we were gonna play lacrosse.
Oh yes, because
they were actually up. Yeah. And they took a terrible shot. Yeah. And then I think Washington came down and scored. And it's something they ended up losing it within like the last like 2 minutes.
Was Davis over there? Was Johnny Davis? Yeah, Davis. Okay, both of them was still there. Okay.
Yeah. So we actually thought we was gonna play them. Yeah. And so Washington ended up winning, and like I just remember, because we were sitting, like at the Code Center, like you get your own little section to watch the game. I won't say who, but an adult from Washington walks past our players and was like, I hope y'all ready. an adult from Washington. Yeah. Didn't say it to me. Didn't say it to Al. Yeah, said it to we over here. Yeah. He waited till he left us or got past us and then said it to our players. Hope y'all ready. Like, what? Why you gonna poke the bear? Yeah. Y'all barely got through this game. Right. But okay, all right. Yeah. And then I heard it, and I just go, I look, I'm looking for reactions. Yeah. I see Jalen. I see how he looked at Jamari. Yeah. And Kobe, like I still call him Killer to this day, because he always been on that. Yeah. Like he always been on that. Like, so I look at Kobe, and like he got like this left hand clap that he does, and he just was like, yeah. And like, all right. So like going in, we already knew. Like the city had been talking. Yeah. We see it on Facebook, Instagram. You got people going for whatever. Yeah. Cool. Like cool. Like that's the beauty of the game. You know what I mean? So going into the game, like we geek. We hyped up, man. We like let's rock. Let's rock. Yeah. Like, we prepared. I remember Al telling them, like in the pregame, he said, fellas, we prepared for this moment. Mm. He said, all we got to do is seize it. And like you said, they were loaded. Washington was loaded that year.
Foster was on there.
Michael Foster, he was already on draft boards at the time as a sophomore. They had Deontay.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, D-Long. Yeah. They had Trey White come over there. So I mean, they had a whip. Mm-hmm. They had a whip. And then they had obviously some other role players and pieces or whatnot. But I just think we had too much. And then once Jalen caught that lob on Mike, that just took their whole heart. Yeah. Deontay tried, but he needed one other. He needed Mike to be Mike that game. Yeah. And Jalen took that. Yeah. And honestly, it's because Jalen took that personal, because they were saying that Mike was the best player in the state, period, like regardless of class. Yeah. And Mike is a grade under Jalen. Yeah. So Jalen took that personal. So he told me that too. Like no, like I wanted to make a statement.
Yeah. Because that makes sense. Because like I remember, he had a break, and I think the whistle blew, and he tried to East Bay in the game. I'm like, bro,
East Bay J.
Yeah, I'm like, what, bro, on? But then actually, I get it. Yeah, I get it. When you tell the backstory, I get it. So y'all get that state championship, and what's the feeling now? And you already had 1-1 with Dominican, bro. What's the feeling now? Two. Yeah. What's the feeling of winning one as a player, and now you get one as a coach, bro? What's the feeling?
It's definitely, I mean, you feel accomplished, like for sure. Yeah. But it's like, it's a different feeling because being on that sideline, you can't necessarily control the game like that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't got the ball in your hand. Yeah. So you just gotta implement. You gotta scout. You gotta implement the game plan, and then just kind of let the rest be rest. And then obviously make in-game adjustments and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you just y'all got it now. Y'all got the game. Go. Like, take it. So I think it was rewarding for sure. Especially the 2019 one. Just going back to that same common thing. With my brother. Just winning it with Al, and just knowing all that he had gone through. He had lost his pops. Recently. A couple months before that. And it was just just knowing everything that he has been through, and how diligent he is, and like just how special he is with the kids, man. The way he communicates, the way he interacts. I wanted it for him. Yeah. Kind of like it was, going back to like senior year, like wanting it for pre. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like once Al, he once I saw just that joy, man, and like I'm like, all right, you do it the right way. Like, you ain't one of them coaches who, rah, and you ain't looking for the glitz and the glamour. Like, you just get it done. Yeah. You just get it done. Like, Al is, to this, like, one of the best basketball minds I've ever been around. Regardless of age, regardless of level.
That's a compliment coming from you, bro.
Bro, I learned so much from Al. Like, X's and O's, and then just off the court too.
Mm-hmm.
Like our whole friend group, we already know like Al is like we call him the blueprint. Like that's what he the voice of reason. Like he's that dude, man.
Yeah.
Al is special. He's special.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
He gonna be proud to see that too.
Yeah.
So after y'all win that state championship, do you stay with Nicolay?
Yeah.
Okay. How many more seasons do you do with them?
So then I stayed with Nicolay. So we were actually gonna repeat.
Yeah.
For sure. I said Al. Jalen had gone to IMG.
Yeah.
But we still had Kobe. We still had James.
Yeah.
But then James ended up. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we still had James. We still had Kobe. We still had. And then Jalen ended up coming back.
Yeah, I remember that.
So once he got cleared, I think he was like 7 games in maybe or something like that. And then we had just smacked. We played that Thursday sectional semifinals. Then we were playing that Saturday to go to state. And then that's when the world shut down. The pandemic hit, everything shut down. And then I stayed 2 more seasons after that.
Okay.
And then 2022 was my last season coaching at Nicolay. Yeah. So Al got a college gig at Western Illinois at the time.
And he the head coach over there.
No, he's at Southern Utah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jeter, he was assistant under Jeter at Western Illinois.
Okay.
Jeter got Southern Utah, and then and now he's the head assistant over at Southern Utah.
Dope, man. Shout out to Al.
Yeah. So once that happened, Al was like, yo, I'm gonna take this job. Like, do you want to, take it over? And I was like, yes, but no.
Explain.
So I did want to take it over and have my own program, but at the time, that was 3 years ago. Like my son was 7, my daughter was 2.
Yeah.
So it was at those pivotal ages. You know what I mean? I'm going through relationship things. You know what I mean? So it was a tough time in my life where I was doing a damn good job of juggling act, but adding in that added responsibility.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just being one seat over, it's a whole nother ball game. Yeah. Now you getting all the calls, you getting all the emails, you gotta take on the meetings. You gotta respond to all these different things. And at the time, I didn't want to spend more time with other people's kids than my own.
Yeah, that ain't even no selfish thing, bro. That's just being real. Yeah. Like, that's your responsibility.
Right.
That's your priority. Yeah. So like, that's real. Yeah. That's real. So that was basically the end of your like formal basketball career then.
Yeah.
After that.
Yep.
So just knowing that it's come to the end, man, if you had to reflect on your career as a player, as a coach, now that it's over, bro, what would you say?
Job well done.
That's dope.
Job well done.
That's dope.
I mean, looking back on it, I mean, from 10, like, I'm looking at my son right now, it's like he's 10, so he started playing I started playing at his age, and like all the way through just all the games, all the practices, all the hours, shoveling the driveway to get shots up after, when it's not like, just all the things and accomplishments, and then, all the championships, like 5 rings, 2 as a player, 3 as a coach. Like, I'm a winner. Like, I'm a winner on every level. Like, job well done.
Yeah, that's dope. And I want to say salute to you on that, man. And I want to talk about your business acumen, too. Because, like, I don't want to forget that part. Like, of course, I needed the basketball. But now, man, speak on the foundation, man. Speak on the Young Enterprising Society, man. How did that come into fruition, bro? And that was with your older brother, y'all. So speak on that, man.
Yep. So Young Enterprising Society, we're a project management company.
Okay.
So we do a lot of educational and entrepreneurship programming. Yeah. So that's what we do now. So starting out, we actually started out as a social outlet for young professionals. Yeah. Because what we saw, and it's getting a little better, but we know Milwaukee is very segregated. Yeah. So when we graduated, my brother graduated from UW-Madison. Okay. Obviously, I went to Stevens Point. So when we came back to the city, we noticed black people party on the north side, white people party downtown, Hispanics party on the south side. Yeah. So it was like very segregated. So we were able to get everybody, you know, all different type of backgrounds, demographics, to party at, you know, hang out at a centralized location.
Yeah.
So kind of the light bulb that went off was after one of my birthday parties. I had at a predominantly white establishment that generally would be like, no, you can't get in because your pants too baggy.
Right.
You're wearing skinny jeans.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those type of things. But we were able to have like 300 people show up for a party. So we like, all right, we kind of got some. We got some influence here. So we kept throwing the parties. My brother, he has a graphic design major.
Oh, dope.
So he created our logo, put it on T-shirts, hoodies,
definitely seen the gear, bro.
Yeah, for sure. So like the first year we was doing the parties and then the merchandise. So we sold like 2,200 units like in the first year, and then we still doing the parties or whatnot, and so we knew that we didn't want to be party promoters. We knew that we didn't want to, you know, be fashion designers. So we like, how can we be more more productive? You know what I mean? And that, so we started actually Cut Talk. We started giving away free haircuts for kids.
Dope.
And when we would be in those settings, that's when we noticed that a lot of those students were still being taught a lot of the old, outdated information and ways. So that grew out our STEAM program. So we've been doing our STEAM program, science, technology, engineering, art, and math since 2013. Since that time, we've taught over 5,600 students in 8 different states. And then, so we started that in 2013. 2017, late 2017, early 2018, we were like, how can we tap into the adult demographic? You know, we got it rolling with the youth, like good. We creating a decent little pipeline. And we started what's called the Blueprint. So the Blueprint is a business accelerator for adults with tech startups.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so we 2 12-week programs, and basically it's an accelerator, but internally we call it a cultivator because we kind of extend that incubation period where we know that a lot of startups, you know, it's cool when they're in these accelerators, 8, 10, 12 weeks, whatever. They get the mentors, they get the, you know, some hardware, maybe software, they get a location. But as soon as that 8, 12 weeks over, then it's back to, oh, where are we gonna meet at? You know what I mean? Those are a lot of things that we had experienced. So we don't want people to, you know, have to kick the same rock that we did.
Yeah, for sure.
So with our cultivator, you know, we're able to, you know, provide, you know, funding, you know, at the completion, like it's non-diluted. We don't take any equity stake in the companies. So, you know, we give them a check for, like it's a grant. Like, you did the work, take this check. You want to go pay your rent up 2 months, cool. You want to invest it back in the business, cool, it's yours. And then obviously, you know, the entrepreneurial programming, educational programming, and then I think was most beneficial is the access to the network of mentors.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So just the sharing of information, access to capital, things like that. So and then through the Blueprint program, you know, we've graduated 10 cohorts right now. And then total right under 90 companies have gone through.
Man, that is dope, man. I'm proud of you for that, man.
Appreciate that.
Just knowing, a lot of people always complain about problems. Like the city don't got this, the city don't got that. But for y'all to see a problem and actually come up with a solution and to create what y'all create and just to see it expand into what you're doing now, bro, that's dope. So in terms of what's the goal? What's some goals y'all got for the city? And the program.
Our mission is to mobilize resources. That's what it's always been. So I mean, whatever form that comes in, you know, it's been events. You know, it was access. It was you know, exposure. You know, new technology. New ways of thinking, learning. You know, so whatever that looks like. And you know, we've been very fortunate to be grant funded. But that kind of puts us in a hold to only fund Wisconsin-based companies. So ideally, we want to, you know, open that up and expand it, make our programming, for the Blueprint at least, make that programming, you know, worldwide, so that we can, you know, tap in and really just service more entrepreneurs, because that demographic needs that help.
For sure.
Not only the access to capital, like that's obvious, that's a given.
Yeah.
But just a lot of the knowledge, a lot of the confidence.
Yeah.
So just those types of things. So we just want to just make sure that we're leaving a positive imprint, on the city.
What I'm gonna need you to do, man, tell the people where they can find you and find the information for Yes at, man.
Yeah. So Young Enterprising Society. You can go to www.followtheyes.com. On Instagram, we're Young E Society, and then X Young E Society as well. And then my socials. You want my socials too?
I don't need that, man. Scammers out here. Need that. But man, dope. And the last thing, man, Leaf with the Legends pod.
Yeah.
And just knowing your personality, knowing how vocal you are, and just knowing the communicator you are, and just bringing people together. It made sense, bro. So what's the inspiration behind that? What's the goals behind that? What do you do on the pod, man? Go ahead, plug yourself, man. Talk about that.
For sure, yeah. And I mean, like what you just said, all those things just came together. You know what I mean? I'm like, over the years, like I've developed a wide network of people. You know what I mean? So like I want to be able to, for those people to share their stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And highlight individuals and give them their flowers while they can still smell them. So it had been sitting on me for like 2 years prior. You know what I mean? And I kept bouncing around. I was like, podcast. But then I was like, man, like that's oversaturated. You know what I mean? Like everybody got a podcast, and I wasn't implementing the business tools that we share with our blueprint participants for my own. You know what I mean? I'm not even drinking my own Kool-Aid.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So once I really like locked in and was like, well, like I got different value propositions than other podcasts. Like there can never be enough positive information that's being out. You know what I mean? It ain't like I'm just on here just talking to a camera talking about what's the latest TikTok trend. Like,
for sure.
It's substance. You know what I mean? Like Cut Talk. Like it's people that are doing dope things. So Leaf with the Legends podcast, it came about, my favorite number's 10. So my first episode dropped 10/10/23. And, just highlighting individuals doing exceptional work and, sports, business, entrepreneurship, and entertainment. So, I'm 36 episodes in, so I've had, I started out with Jalen.
You had to.
Jalen, he blessed the pod. He was my first episode.
Yeah.
And then obviously I had Kobe on there, Kobe Johnson. All the way to my business mentor, Jim Weatherly.
Yeah.
So I mean, Al was on there,
Man, Hauser on
Dupree,
there,
Sam Hauser, Travis Diener, Joe Chapman, Steph Crosley.
The Dre one was dope.
Dre,
that
appreciate
was
that.
That was
Dre had a good one. Had a good one. Yep. So it gets challenging at times. As you know,
for sure.
Being a one man show, the research. We know our interviewees, but like you still got to do your homework. You still got to do your homework. So that's time consuming.
Sure.
The editing, the posting, the responding. So I'm gonna get back into it. I said all that to say, like, I did take a small break, but I'm gonna get back into it though, for sure.
Yeah, man. Let the people know where they can find it, man. Where they can go support you, man, to tap into the pod, man.
Yeah, no, please. On YouTube, Leaf with the Legends. That's LEEF with the Legends pod. Find me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Wherever you get your podcast, ain't that what the content creators say? wherever you find your podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, man, that's been a fun journey. Just allowing people to tell their story and just seeing like how they open up and people that you think but then you start peeling back the layers and it's beneficial. I think it's therapeutic to sit in these type of seats and just kind of get it out, man.
That's facts.
Yeah.
So Khalif the ball player, Khalif the businessman. Now I want Khalif the father before we wrap it up, man. Khalif the papa.
Yeah.
How is that, man? Just your experience as a father, your journey as a father, man. How has that been thus far, dog?
Man, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
I'm blessed, bro.
Yeah.
I got the best kids, man.
Yeah.
Like 10-year-old boy, 5-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Like he, you know, he cool as a fan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, but it just to be able to kind of relive the world through their eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like make sure that like I'm putting them in the best position as possible. You know what I mean? Like from an early age, like I've always told him, like don't feel like you have to play basketball because I play basketball because I coach. Like no, like my job as your father is to support you in whatever you want to do. Like I say, all I do is all I ask is that you be passionate about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Go 100%. Like if you want to be an astronaut, cool. We gonna go down to
figure it out.
NASA. We gonna put you in some courses. You know what I mean? If you want to be a professor, cool. Like whatever you want to do. Like my job as your father is to put you in the best position to be as successful as possible. So, you know, they taught me to be more patient.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely.
Just a lot more caring, more mindful. You know, when I'm with them, I try not to be on my phone. You know, if I don't have to be, just be present. You know, I think that's what really, they really taught me how to like just appreciate time. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, you're a parent too, and like people always say, it goes by fast. Enjoy it. It goes by fast.
No, sure.
And it's like, damn, it is. Like it's going by fast, you know?
For sure.
Like my daughter, you know, she's 5, and just having a girl, like that hits
it's different, bruh.
That hits different, you know? Like it's a whole nother level of like softness that you get to. And you know, it's like, man, we want to be like, but
hard like, and all that.
But she don't even gotta do nothing. She just break you down. You know what I mean? Like she knows she got me wrapped around her finger. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes I know my son probably be getting mad at like, man, like she get her way, but like she the baby girl. You know, it's like so like, but with her, it's like I want her to see me in a, or I want to be that first positive male figure that she sees.
The blueprint.
You know what I mean? So like whoever she dates, like they gonna have to, you know, hold up to a certain standard. You know, when that day comes, but she already gonna know like no, like, you know, this is how Pop treats, you know, his significant other. Like this is the blueprint. You know what I mean? I ain't settling for nothing less. So, you know, just giving her and him, you know, the game, you know, early on, and just, you know, like I have great parents, but like I even want to take it up a notch.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, from what they, you know, gave me. And it's a different dynamic with my son because like now I am getting back into coaching. Yeah. So I'm coaching his 5th grade AAU team. So it's like,
what's the balance, bro, from being pops to being coach, man?
I'm working on it. I'm working on
real.
it. I'm working on it because it's I don't want to go too hard too soon. You know what I mean? And I think what I've seen with coaching for, you know, 12, 13 years is I've seen that dynamic. I've seen that coach that can't necessarily separate. You know what I mean? Or I've seen that coach who coaches his son and he wants to be, or I won't say he overcompensates, you know what I mean, or overdoes it to make sure his son isn't getting favoritism or isn't getting shown, you know, special treatment. But it's like, I'm just mindful of all that. But at the end of the day, it's like he knows it. Like when we're on the floor, like I'm Coach Lee. I'm not Dad. Like you don't, like he asked me like, can I call you Coach? Like call me Coach. Because then that adds that boundary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it set a tone for the team.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh, this daddy, man. Hey, nah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope.
And what I love about him, or one thing I love about him, is like how hard he works. Yeah. Like he definitely got my my grit in that little, you know, because he's smaller too. Yeah. So like he won't get outworked, and he does not get tired. Like he does not get tired. Like we had practice yesterday, and we running towards the end of practice because they missing free throws. So we running.
Yeah.
He just.
Yeah. Good.
You know what I mean? So
good.
Yeah, it's it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
But I think I'm doing a pretty good job of balancing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's like at the end of the day, like I am who I am.
Yeah,
you know
for sure.
It ain't like I'm two totally different people when I'm dad or when I'm coach.
Mm-hmm.
But there is some difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a certain type of tone that comes with each one of those positions.
Mm-hmm. Last question, bro. Then we'll wrap it up. I ask this to everybody on the show who got a basketball, who are former ball players. Coach Leaf.
Yeah.
Father Leaf. Yeah. Businessman Leaf.
Yeah.
Got to say something to young Khalif. Rufus King Khalif. Gray shirt. Freshman Khalif. What would you tell him, bro?
It's kind of it's one of my other mantras. Is how you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah.
Like, and I learned it. I learned the mantra not knowing that that's already how I had been kind of living. But like, I would really I would go even harder. You know what I mean? I feel like at times early Leaf, say I'll say Pal Swish Leaf or like King Leaf, like somewhere in that area, like just go even harder.
Yeah.
Like there's always more. You know what I mean? Like you ain't tired. Like you young. Like we was just talking. Like my son don't get tired. Like if I thought about it, but you know back then, you know hindsight is always 20/20.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I would say just to reiterate like how you do anything is how you do everything for sure.
That's dope. So we go from Pal Swish.
Yeah.
We go from Fritchie to King to UW Stevens Point to New Horizons. Then we go from King, Waukesha, North Homestead, Dominican, Nicolay. Then we go to Yes. Man, all of that. Your story, bro. Salute to you, man.
Appreciate that,
and
bro.
I'll tell you to keep going, man. I'm proud of you. It's dope to see what you're doing, man. Just the impact you having on the city, bro. So if you got anything left for the people, young ball players, young entrepreneurs, just young people, just trying to get their foot in the door, man, what would you tell them?
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
I mean, listen with the intent of understanding.
Yeah.
Don't listen with the intent of responding.
Yeah.
I think too many times we feel like we're listening, but we're not actively listening. We're just listening because we want to get our point out, or we want to say something back.
Yeah.
It's like no, and I think that's something that the podcast has taught me too. It's like, listen to understand. Listen to really feel and connect with that person. You know what I mean? So I would say listen, and then take that step. Like the hardest step is just the first one. Like just start. Just start. Like you don't know what you don't know. So like just go. Just do it.
That's dope, man. Well, we gonna let that be the mic drop moment, man. Again, man, I appreciate you coming here, man. After we done with here, gotta get you to write something on the board, bro. That's how the show flow, man. I gotta get some gems on the board, man. And I'll tell you what's going on with that afterwards too.
Okay.
But man, it's Khalif El-Amin, it's Mark Pace, it's Cut Talk, man. Y'all take it easy and please tap into this episode, man. I wish y'all well. We out. Some names on there too, bro.
I know. Right, shaky.
Man, mine the same way, bro. So you all good. Yes, sir.
Cut Talk.
Appreciate you, my brother.